to a little bit more of Voarcel, where Dennis is going to torture us all.
Yes, I am!
Oh God!
Yes, I am, and it's going to be
happy.
wonderful.
Way too happy.
Yes. Well, I think it's important to enjoy what you do in life, you know?
Yeah, I suppose. So then, with that horrifying statement from the DM, Dungeon Master Devillo, would you like to tell us a story?
Absolutely. So, when last we left off, the party were still dealing with the fallout of the explosions, the ongoing trouble and strife that's been going on in the city of Grim. After a little bit of investigation, they were given a lead by one of the many cartel members whose thumb they are firmly under, a bugbear by the name of Matthias Hill. Matthias suggested that the person who stole the explosive material that the party had technically given to Matthias was a hobgoblin, a woman in charge of the rival Dredgers Guild, one by the name of Natrix. Having put the party in contact with someone from inside the Dredger cartel, the party were given a series of maps, little bits and pieces of information, some false identification that would allow them to get across the river. I say it's a river. Let's just bring up the map so we can actually show everyone. So, you guys went from the goblin town of Grimscar. You cross the rather unpleasant area known as Dankmire, where you came into contact with a rather unpleasant creature. There was a series of floating bodies lying in wait. Every now and then, they would reach forward for you. One of them engaged and was fairly aggressive. Several of you were caught up in the tangles of this entity, but you managed to beat it back, and its now lifeless body is floating in the water. So, as we head closer towards the boop. Oh, there we go. Yeah. As we head closer towards the area known as Dorcas Silo, is there anything that you guys want to do in response to that? Also, by the way, during the fight, you did notice that your dog companion first seemed to be a little frayed, and there seemed to be a little bit more bark to this dog than you would usually expect.
Mm-hmm. Doggo also got healed for 15 by Icky Boy. Just reminding that in case things haven't been updated.
Okay, so that's an extra 15 to dog. I will take care of that for the moment.
Yeah, because dog was nearly dead and we can't have that happen.
No, we cannot.
Don't think my HP was updated or has been updated because I know you were messing with my character sheet.
Let's just bring that up. We do also have some other housekeeping that we'll get to in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's
I
just
have it on
bring
my other
up...
character sheet right now, so...
Yeah. Okay, so on the Roll20 sheet, there you go. You're currently at 10 hit points.
Yep.
Is that correct, Tahu?
Yes, I just updated it.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Okay, and Dog was gifted an additional how many points?
15.
Okay, 15. So 15. Okay, so Dog is now a little bit better off because he was at just 3 hit points.
Yep.
Hmm.
Can't let Tiberius fall so soon. He's the only thing keeping us together. You know it's true.
Yeah.
Well, worst case scenario, we do have a second dog. No, Jurnis does not say that.
Ooh.
Jurnis will, however, check up on Graz to see if she's okay after an encounter with the undead.
Yeah. First of all, give me a wisdom save for Graz, if you'd be so kind.
Sure. Graz. She. Wisdom saving throw. Poke.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
You turn around to your little goblin friend, and she is pale. She's basically looking about as healthy as the surface of this water. She does not look good, and is... You're not too sure if she's even allowing herself to breathe properly.
Cheers is gonna reach back and take her hand and just give it a reassuring squeeze.
Okay, just for the fun of it, give me a strength check from Graz.
Strength check?
Yeah, because she is going to grip your hand with a death grip. Unfortunate choice of words, I know. Yeah, okay.
Graz. Easy.
You just take 1 point of damage.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Sorry. Just, you got a drink on you?
It's alright, it's
Hands
alright.
are shaking. I would say for the next hour or so, mechanically speaking, Graz is considered frightened, especially while on this water.
Okay.
And,
Dennis, just in
Yes?
case you're not aware of it, you are roboting
yeah.
a bit.
oh dear.
Like
Okay.
your volume's kind of going all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah,
we
we're
go.
currently going. Is that a little better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Again, I'm using the small headset with the cell phone. So, because the other microphone is absolute trash, we are going to eventually update the system, but you know, it is what it is. The final bit of housekeeping before we actually get into things. This is something that we should have done at the start of the last session, but it slipped the DM's mind. I would like Arcanis, Graz, and Jurnis each to roll me a D100.
Okay.
Okay.
For Jurnis
You want-
and for Graz.
Yeah. We'll come to that a little later on while I bring up the relevant information from your character sheets.
Oh no.
Where's Arcanis? Yes. But in the meantime, as far as you're aware, everything is fine and dandy. Oh, okay.
Okay, over to you.
Anyway, so you eventually, without any more incidents, make your way to the Dorcasilo, which is apparently Goblin for mine. And you will, as you're coming across the water, there's a slight bit of a dank mist in the air, and you see in the distance a shoreline heavily broken.
Oh, wait, no, this isn't.
And let's just bring you guys over here.
Where anything is on this map.
There we go. It is a fairly rough and tumble looking place. It looks like somebody's built a small working settlement in the middle of this ruin. Large, shabby, hastily put together barricades protect this area from the rest of the wilds in general. You see a couple of individuals, majority goblin, but again, you see a couple of orc, ogre, various other goblinoids, humans, a little bit of everything. And as you guys head your way towards the dock, is there anything? No. Is there anything you guys are discussing or doing before you actually dock?
Chemise is hugging herself and looking nervous. And she says to Icrius,
Fun out there. Break a leg.
again, I need to thank you for being here.
Think nothing of it, Miss Chemise. I'm just here to help.
I told
the
you-
city, that's what I do.
I told you about the mines. I'm not relishing going back, but I'm supposed to be running this expedition, at least according to the cover story. And she looks over at the others.
Your knowledge
Rest assured.
will be helpful.
Rest assured, I'm with you every step of the way.
She closes her eyes and inhales deeply and says, "The air tastes strange here."
And if all else fails, we're here to clean up a mess.
Yes, clean up, yes. Shall we?
Indeed.
Speed.
So,
Speed.
so, question. How's
Yes.
Graz holding up?
I would say you don't really need to be, a therapist to see that she is fairly traumatized.
Yeah.
I will say this though. Just give me a history check.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
That's a big fat 7.
With a 7, you can't quite remember the details, but you do remember she did seem to have some kind of opinion on the undead in the past, but you can't really remember anything specific about it.
I mean, I can remember. She's the only person in this damn team who seems to take the threat of them seriously.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Not
So,
Chemise. Chemise takes the threat seriously.
yes, but Grass is willing to actually back Icrius up, actively, against, her girlfriend. Okay. Cut me some slack! But Chemise is also a stranger to this team.
Yes.
You did notice that
Just there to
Jurnis
help.
did not hold back against those undead.
Yeah.
But they're feral undead.
Yeah.
You're being sensible. But Grass is taking, the whole picture into account. Anywho.
As is a survivor.
Exactly. Anywho, the point being, Sir Ix is going to head over to Grass, get down on her level, put a hand on her, talon on her shoulder, gently mind, but give it a firm squeeze, and he's going to cast Heroism.
Okay.
Remember to breathe. It's the one advantage you have over them. If you breathe, you keep your head, and that head will get you out of trouble. I've got your back.
Cheers, mate. I do appreciate that. She actually will pull you in close, and she will whisper something in your ear.
So
Okay.
Seriously, I do appreciate the help and everything.
I imagine.
Look, I don't trust these things as far as you can throw them, but nobody listens. I'm glad you're here.
Oh.
Even if you all are a little bit dickish. No offense, but at least you're one of the good ones.
I try to be. Rest assured, I'll protect you with everything I've got. And thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
And thank you for being one of the sensible ones.
Sensible and attractive, my friend.
Too right indeed.
So, as you guys head over to head down the docks and everything, there's a pair of ogres on guard duty with the falsified documents that you were given as part of your little package, including the maps and everything. You're able to get in without much issue. The notes that you were given give you a few indications of the different locations in this dig site. That as you're looking around, you see that this is basically a small... There are several different mining points around this area. One of them towards the northwest has been highlighted. Also, there are a few bits and pieces, such as a small, quartermaster's section, in case you require anything before you head inside. You were also given a small note in regards to a potential contact within the mine, an ally that Matthias had mentioned earlier, Nadine, the former ruler or controller of this cartel.
Okay, again, they're not aggressive, so you're good. Focus on the heroes.
So, are you guys heading straight towards the mines? Are you stocking up on anything? Or is there anything else you wish to do?
I did lose 3 javelins, so it would be nice if those could be replaced.
Okay.
Powdered
Okay.
silver will also be nice, but I doubt we're going to find that round here.
It is a mine. It just depends what they're digging up.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yep, neither are.
we'll say briefly, I'm assuming the group is traveling en masse?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, our cover story is that we are a band for hire, so it makes sense.
Okay, then. Heading towards the quartermasters, you see this bald human, slightly large, sticky out ears, a bit of a shifty look about him. Yeah, to be honest, everything about this place is sketchy as hell. And he looks over at you with a little bit of just, oh, hello, hi, can I help you at all? Anything that you're interested in?
Oh, certainly, my good man. I would very much like 3 javelins, if you have any to spare.
Go ahead.
Javelins. Okay, let me just double check our inventory. We got a few bits and pieces, plenty of pickaxes. Javelin. Let me see now. And the DM is actually going to try and find.
They cost 5 silver pieces.
Okay then. We've got a couple. I've got 2 here for 10 silver apiece.
So 2 gold pieces.
No, that was 10 silver each.
10 silver equals a gold.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So 2 gold pieces. Yeah. 2 gold pieces. What are math? I don't know.
Don't worry, it's Dennis.
Yeah.
Math is the greatest enemy to all.
Heck yes.
So yes, Icrius will put down 2 gold pieces, and he'll take those javelins.
He will absolutely take them. The condition of them looks a little bit, less than optimal. You figure that they're good for a one-time use, but unlike the ones you're used to getting, these don't seem as sturdy. And there's a likelihood that once used, they would they would need some serious repairing before you could use them again.
Okay, I will add them to my inventory as janky javelins.
Janky javelins, yeah. Anything else I can do for you? Are you guys heading down into the mines? There's a lot of treasure down there for enterprising people. I happen to have a little map that came into my possession. Some of the stuff down there, so sparkly it'd shimmer you blind. Simple fee, of course. 50 gold pieces. And I might expect a smaller finder's fee, given the fact that anything you find down here is technically property of the boss.
Is Icarus in there alone?
I
No,
thought we all went as a group.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
we
far as
did.
I'm
That's what
aware.
I was going to make sure.
Mhm.
So does Chemise hear all this?
You do.
Chemise says, as the leader of the mining expedition, let me take a look at it.
Well, let me see 50 gold pieces first, my friend. There's that.
She says, I'm trying to determine its authenticity before I pay you. I know a phony map when I see it.
Do you?
And I'm gonna roll something.
Okay.
Alright, these guys.
Not much, but she's trying. She's trying to boss him around.
The chuckle was in character. Again, this is a fairly scrawny-looking human. It doesn't, really have, it doesn't seem much to write home about or anything. But there's a certain something about the smile and a certain look in the eyes as the grin widens.
Right.
Well, there's no need for, that bare your teeth, my dear. Trust me when I say all my goods are legitimate and worth every penny that I charge. You can take my word to the bank,
Right, yeah, that.
but you might not get a good refund.
No.
And at that,
Oh no, I can do that.
where did my gold
Very
go?
scared of the
Oh, there's my platinum pieces. So 5 platinum pieces would be 50 gold.
Yup.
Yeah.
She puts it down and says, "This is what you'll get."
Thank you very much.
And I check back in on my investments.
I'm glad to hear it. A smart businesswoman, just like my own mother. And in one deft movement, the platinum disappears, and a scruffy scrap of parchment is pushed along the table towards you.
Ended up in a fist fight with the gold.
As you pick it up, the DM didn't actually make the handout for this. It is fairly similar in design to one of the previous maps that you were given. It's a series of diamonds, and I would actually... Let's just bring you over to... oh, I didn't turn it into a map. Okay. With
fine.
the handout... Will be the
Just
handout?
drawing some stuff on the handout.
Yeah, I was going to say technically you can't actually draw on the handouts, but you see here, there is apparently a location connected to... it's basically connected to one of the areas here. Again, the DM has lost the note which area, but somewhere off this particular map here, there is a passage that you could travel down, and there is apparently some treasure. He smiles at the money and says, "There's some rather special mushrooms in that area. Very interesting fragrance, perfect for
Quick question.
perfume." Yes.
That map you've just showed her there, that's the one he's just sold us, right? Did we
No.
get that from someone else?
No. I apologize. No, you did. This is a map that you already had.
Oh,
I'm
right,
saying
okay, my bad.
the map you've just bought, the DM didn't actually create a handout for that. But when you compare the map you just bought with this map, it's basically, it shows you where from here you go to find this particular item of treasure.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I apologize for interrupting. Go ahead.
Oh, dear. Oh, very dear. Well, yes, the mushrooms, they've got this wonderful aroma, very useful for certain herbalistic and holistic medicines. If you were able to get a couple of them, I'm sure someone would be very interested in that. Anything else I can do for you?
The resurrection room up now, so it's not
Well,
really-
yes, it might be a bit trickier to find this, but if you have any powdered silver in your stores, I'd very much like some.
Ooh, oh, now you're talking the premium stuff. I might have a small amount somewhere, but what exactly would you need it for?
Ceremonial spells, my friend. There are certain rituals of my faith that require it as a component.
Oh, you're a slave or something.
A paladin, my friend.
I see. Would you please elucidate to the DM how much you're looking to get in order to for your material components?
I believe it has to be, yes, 25 gold pieces worth. That's all it says.
I would suggest spending
Okay.
the next batch of each
He looks around for a moment, and there is basically he does have a small pouch, and it looks to contain about the amount that you would require for that. It's got 25 gold's worth, and he is going to charge you 60 gold pieces for that.
Ooh.
Would you give me an insight check if you would be so kind?
Your back could just tell. It's like, I don't want no holy man muscling in on my operation.
Really? The moment you mentioned that you were a figure of a religious order, again, this is a sleazy dude, but the act kind of dropped a little, and you just see little hints of genuine contempt in his eyes now.
I heard it too.
So I want to point out at this point, while you're doing
Yes.
that at this point, Chemise is just glaring at this guy, and then suddenly she gets this pale, horror-struck look of shock and like lowers her gaze instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say that you do notice, or at least others who'd pay attention notice there's a bit of an eye flicker there where he picks up on that, and there's maybe a slight quarter inch away from Chemise. But his attention is focused on Icrius.
My friend, you needn't worry about me. I'm mainly here as a bodyguard for my allies here. I have no business in meddling in your affairs. All I require is the tool to protect them and not leave a mess, as it were. I'm sure you wouldn't want any bodies to clean up now, would you?
Where do you think I get most of my equipment, my friend? The mines are a very dangerous place, and we keep warning people, but they just don't listen. Accidents do happen, but he gestures around, and as you look around, you see like some of the different bits of equipment and like bits of ammunition, weapons, and all that. They all seem fairly used, and maybe one or two. All the bloodstains haven't been removed. All's well that ends well.
Puff gang, god damn it! Everyone's so sleazy here.
For clarification, though, this is the sleaziest of the sleaziest that you found yourself in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Aren't you clerics and everything? Don't you get plenty of gold from your loyal worshippers? I'm sure you can afford a little tithe here and there. Again, there's nowhere hiding it at this point. There's just genuine contempt. Mm-hmm.
At this point, what did they say? 25 gold?
It was 60 gold.
Oh. So
he was basically charging 3 times as much as what it's worth.
Yeah.
Do you need it, Icrius? I have
We might need it. Seems like you can't go like 2 steps in this town without coming across undead. I have 3 platinum, but that's as far as I can go.
She puts down 6 more platinum.
Holy shit, what?
I'm going to need someone else to do the math there, because that's a lot.
You'd be stacked.
I thought that was 60.
How much money do you fucking
At
have?
60 gold.
Yeah, you'll be paying the whole thing.
6 platinum. Yeah, she's paying the whole thing for him.
Okay. He looks to you, then to him. Well, you know what, since you've been such a good customer and everything, and I always appreciate a friendly face, he'll just take the 6 platinum from Chemise. And again, there's a look in his eyes at you, Chemise, and it's one of those things where it's like it's one predator recognizing another. And it just gives you a very wide-toothed smile. Please do come back again when you have more need. Always happy to be of service.
Chemise turns on her heel and walks out.
Okay. He gives you a very big toothed smile and a big wave. Bye-bye all.
Yeah, Icarus is following right after Chemise. Okay, so I did get the powdered silver, so yay!
Okay.
Chemise is like shaking as she gets outside she's hugging herself and shaking again.
I would say as well, you do feel at the back of your mind almost like it's like a mental massage from your friend saying, patience, we can always come back.
Yes, I want that. She says that out loud.
You want what, Lady Chemise? For that treasure map to bear fruit?
Oh no, I was just thinking about getting this over with and leaving this place.
Fuck it. Yeah, never mind.
Bucket is right. Okay.
For
So,
that reprobate better hope that map turns up bears fruit rather. Or else I'll have to purify the ever-loving fuck out of his reprehensible business.
Chemise is aroused.
How about we hold off on that until we're ready to leave?
Yes.
Hey, sounds like a good idea.
Let's follow this
I mean,
map and get
that
this done
was
with.
the plan.
I need to get down there.
okay. So you guys head through the smaller working section of the area. I would say pretty much as well. This is kind of almost to scale, this map. This is a fairly small section that's been cordoned off. There's several different dig sites. And as you guys head towards the entrance of this open mine, again, you wave your paperwork and everything. There's this bugbear woman, who's currently guarding the main entrance, checking papers as people head in and out. Who are you supposed to see? Or are you just just floating around? Have you been given a job yet? What?
You haven't been given an assignment yet. I'm just trying to find out where I can do the most good. Chemise Mill, mining expert.
Expert, are you? Okay, well, I would say we're looking for people to, put some of these little black rats in line. As the bugbear's talking, you see one or two kobolds pushing a very heavy cart back into the mine, and she'll give one of them a passing kick. We also have... Oh, yes. I mean, if you're looking to, chat to the foreman and everything, Nadine's somewhere inside, but she's probably dealing with the big boss. Big boss is somewhere around here. If I were you, I would not get in her way.
No, I think an inspection of where you stand would be best. That way we can figure out how best to assist you.
Smart lady. Yeah, if you just head down there, Nadine, just ask around. Nadine's not too hard to find.
And she walks away with a nod, thank you, she says, and then walks off. And then when the rest of the people catch up with her, she says, now we have free reign, at least until we run into the people we need.
Hey, we're just remember we're undercover.
What do you mean? I'm a mining expert.
And now you're underground.
Mm-hmm.
So we are undercover.
I hope that wasn't the kobold getting kicked.
It absolutely
It
was.
And Sirenscape just crashed.
Oh no!
Why the hell did it do that?
It did not like the
And,
kobold getting kicked.
No, nobody likes the kobolds being kicked. It is very mean.
Well, just give me a second, let's try and open that up again.
Oh my god, did it crash for everybody?
Still hear it.
Crash for me, it shut down.
Okay.
There we are, I hear it now.
Simon?
Right. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to skip from one scene to the next so everybody's synced up. So we got the dripping cave and go back to our mine ambience. Beep boop boop. Technology is wonderful when it fucking works. Yeah.
Beep beep boop.
Yeah.
Beep boop beep.
And now Sirenscape on my end is like, oh wait, I don't know. Did you want me to stop? Did you want me to start? I don't understand. Gosh, please.
Pop.
Thank you. There we go. Whack. That's me kicking Sirenscape into gear. Anyway, so you find yourselves heading further into this mine area. Lots of little red lines start to appear.
I'm going to have to start again.
Reorganize the plan here.
The
If I can. No.
The area's fairly darkly lit. There are a couple of lanterns and everything, but for the most part, it is it's pretty narrow corridors. Several different workers are here. Not just kobolds, but there's again human, a couple of elven, a couple of dwarves. A lot of them seem overworked. But it's apparently the only ones that are actually being properly hit are, of course, the kobolds. You see various, more often than not, several manacles on them, and the various goblinoids are taking great pleasure in keeping them focused on their task in hand.
Yeah. I'm just going to do a wisdom saving throw on Chemise. Yeah. She's like clenching her fingers. Sorry.
It does bring back some unpleasant memories.
Yeah, Chemise's hands are gripped into fists and she's trembling.
You feel a whisper at the back of your mind. Not to worry, my dear. You'll never have this fate again.
I don't want them to have it either. I don't want them to have it either. Everything inside of me is saying free them, but I know I can't. Not now. And that's all thought. That's not spoken.
Not now, but that is something we can come up with later.
Yes.
I will make a note.
Yes.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Chemise is affected. Jurnis is affected. Does Icky see either of these, or both?
What is your passive perception?
You know, it's not high. It's a 12.
I would say with it, I would assume you guys aren't really hiding it so much.
No.
I mean, it's an uncomfortable situation for anyone to be in, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Chemise's got this like loathing look on her face, and her hands are are clenched. So she's clearly not hiding that she's stressed the hell out and is kind of flinching at all the kicks and whimpers.
So
just seems more angry about it.
Yeah. Well, as I know for a fact that Chemise always sticks by Icrius, he's going to put a talon on her shoulder and give it a squeeze and just whisper, "Don't worry, we'll free them from their binds once we're done with our business. We'll figure out something."
Uh-oh. So I just sent a message to the DM.
That I'd say, as he says that, the large white wolf kind of nudges his leg with her paw.
I will specify that was being whispered to Chemise.
Oh.
I mean, I could roll for it, and you could try and perceive.
No, you do have dog ears.
I have to ask the GM a question first.
I would say the one that allows us to continue the plot.
Yes! Okay, so
Interesting.
Chemise just, tenses a little and then at the touch, but then relaxes and says, "I'm fine. I'll be fine. I know this song."
Okay, so yes. The doggo gal did hear that, Sephi.
Yeah, she basically nudges him as if to say, "Shut up."
Okay. So, as you guys are heading through this particular section, let me bring up the details for this area. There's several different passages and channels. From where you're standing, there does seem to be a passage that is carved through the floor. Basically it's like a sloping 45-degree angle where carts are basically being pushed up and pulled down. There's also a small elevator with various winches and everything that leads further up. Now, according to your handout map, again, the way it's basically designed, you are currently in the entry section where it's marked as E. There is a lower level section where the carts, as I say, are being pushed through. The winch and the elevator would lead you to the upper level. Are you, at the moment, however, you don't have a particular task in this mine, and you are starting to garner attention from one or two of the overseers who are looking like, what the heck are these guys doing here?
Start doing some exploration to find
My lady, the map, the treasure map.
Chemise hands the map over to Icrius and then waves to one of the overseers and says,
diamond vein.
"We're inspecting. I'm looking for the foreman."
Foreman, Nadine, yeah, sure. I think she's currently dealing with the, making sure the border wall's taken care of. She's downstairs. A couple of these little black rats have been causing problems. Again, and for clarification, all these kobolds are black scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's currently overseeing some of the defences. Every now and then they keep, pushing in and causing issues. He looks over you and notices how well tuned you are. I don't know how much they're charging per ear and everything, but, it's an easy way to make a bit of extra gold if you're interested.
And at that, Chemise says, injuring your workers generally leads to a 10% decrease in productivity.
Well, fortunately, they breed like rabbits, so there's plenty to replace them with.
Yes, that is an interesting question. Where did you acquire your workers?
Oh, well, as I say, this particular mine kind of breaks into some of their tunnels. The boss decided to encourage their assistance in excavations.
Even so,
I see.
sorry.
Icrius is currently glaring at Jurnis to say, "Don't push it, we're here for a reason."
And then she says, "I'll be looking over I'll be looking over as part of the efficiency tests which overseers are most productive and which are least."
Give me a deception check, would you please? Oh, you already did a 9.
No, that was for different. That was when she said she was
15.
The 9 was for when she said who she was.
I see.
I do it every time I lie.
Fair enough. I would say this. The moment you mention efficiency, you do notice him start to pale a little and is starting to look a little bit scared. Efficiency? Why is there a problem? I mean, the boss itself is...
Anytime there's money to be made that isn't being made, it's a problem.
Right, yeah, sure, you're right. Yeah, Nadine's just downstairs. Go right ahead. Anyone gets in your way, just tell them Glick said just not to bother. It's fine.
Glick, did
Anything else I can do for you, Mum? Yes, Mum. Again, this guy's now he's kind of bowing and scraping quite a bit. There's some genuine fear behind those eyes now.
Tell me, if I wish to acquire a few, shall we say, disposable assistants, are any of the kobolds for sale?
Well, technically you're going to have a chat with the big boss for that. She's got everything into the mine at the moment. But if you impress her, if you do a good job and everything, she'd be more than happy to. I would say this though, Mom. You want to be very careful how you ask her. The boss is she's a very, very driven woman. She's made us a lot of money. But you...
That's why we're all here, isn't it?
Well, she's rich. She expects to be driven everywhere.
I'm so sorry, Sefri. I didn't follow a word of that.
Well, she's rich. We expect to be driven everywhere.
Okay, so
He sort of like blankly looks at you for a moment, and there's like, oh yeah, good one. But yeah, now if you have a chat with her, maybe Nadine might be able to help you out there. But again, like as long as it doesn't interfere with the running of the mine and everything. I mean, if you want, you could probably grab a couple yourself from like the raids and everything.
Ah, so you're still procuring them as you go. Interesting.
Yeah, it's like, well, we need to replace them. They don't have much stamina.
Yes, well,
At that,
you always need
Sorry, go
fresh stock, don't you?
Exactly,
Anyone
exactly.
who is behind Jurnis can see her tail looks like wants to throttle this man. She has like a wrap around her leg, tight, but the tip is just flicking irritably.
yeah. And Chemise is like, says, click. I'll remember your name when we discuss resource management.
Only good
Gives you a
things,
little
my
bow.
friend. Only good things.
Good. But yeah, Nadine's just downstairs. Just go see her.
Chemise turns in a huff and walks off like she's being very important.
Jurnis is gonna let her get away a few steps.
Oh! And she stumbles or something.
This part, you see Glick's just sort of like he does like one long slow blink, and then he's looking in the complete opposite direction. He's like, I didn't see nothing. He's too scared to make a joke.
Jurnis is gonna wait for Chemise to recover and get away a few steps, and then gonna turn to Rick and say, "Well, I suppose I better follow the boss. Thanks for your help. I'll remember your name."
Appreciate you, boss. You have a go.
And Jurnis
And,
will follow Chemise.
She says, as they get without outside of earshot, presumably, she does say very quietly to Jurnis. She says to Jurnis, she says, I think we should mention his wasting of resources, don't you?
I think we should mention that he is purposefully mutilating perfectly healthy workers.
A mining foreman won't care about that.
She will when she realizes she has such a short stock. Anyway, I think this is something we need to look into.
Absolutely. I grew up in these mines. Not these, but mines like them. These kinds of mines. This is my childhood you're looking at.
I'm terribly sorry.
Salmon
you
or
went through
Canboro.
that.
Sorry, what?
I'm terribly sorry you went through that.
It's giving me a bit of distress, but I'm here for a reason, and trust me when I say what foremen care about is efficiency, resource management, and profit. And that's all. You won't be able to help by appealing to their humanity.
I will always assume those who keep slaves have no humanity left in them.
That's a wise
Regardless,
assumption.
let's move on before I forget my politeness.
Same.
Yeah.
And she gives a friendly nod to Jurnis, like, I'm glad we're in agreement.
It's nice when we all find common ground.
Are we like
Yay.
in the pit, or are we actually in the mines at the minute?
You're basically.
Yeah.
This was in the you were currently through. Like, how you enter into like the large entry section. It's like, because this particular area is like built into almost like the side of a hill. You went down, I'd say, like a good 3 minutes deeper into the earth, and then it opened up into a wider cavern, and that was where you were having the conversation. In the wider cavern, there were several different branching points, but the two clear areas that you could see was the passageway further down, and where the carts were coming and going, and there was also the lift that was leading up. So, Let me just bring you all onto this particular section.
So still in a
And I wanted to
relatively
ask-
open area.
Yeah. But I would say as you guys are heading further down, this area is starting to become a little more narrow. And where are all my little tokens? Okay. Yeah, I would say for the sake of visuals and everything, it would look something like this at the moment.
Okay.
You're on. It's a fairly long, shaft. Phrasing. The lighting is fairly sparse down here because most of the people down here do have dark vision of some kind. On occasion, you would see like a foreman with light, with like a small lantern and everything. But from here, let me just this particular passageway seems to spread on for quite a bit. After having a conversation with one of the foremen, it appears that this particular one is around, let's see, you're talking about 360 plus feet straight down.
Chemise takes a deep breath and steels herself and she's like shaking a little bit, and she forces herself to keep walking ahead of the group to be in charge, the boss.
So this particular lineup that you guys have at the moment up here, this is the lineup you guys are okay with?
Yep.
Okay.
I just love the image of this 5 foot tall woman with this tall murder bird right behind her, and the devil and combat cat.
Two goblins.
Billowing long coat.
Yeah. Dum 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 dum. So yeah, I would say it's a good 15 minutes or so of heading down this passageway. Again, it is just ongoing torment and everything. In fact, give me a. For those of you who are curious, give me a perception check.
You got it.
Icky, why?
Okay. I would say actually, Tahu, you're the only person who basically you make the connection. They don't seem to be mining particular materials. As you're heading along, you see one or two baskets where it looks like there's scraps of iron. Another one seems to be like a certain type of like obsidian stone or something. But for the most part, there doesn't seem to be any particular rhyme or reason. This is not a gold mine. There is no particular seam of a particular substance down here. With that 16, I would say you do pick up on the fact that they seem to be just digging down and digging deep. But they don't seem to be after particular materials.
Digging deep in a fantasy setting. When has that ever gone wrong?
Bone shaker.
You okay there, Dean?
No, I was okay. I was coughing out Bone Shaker from that Clockwork Century that I told you about before.
Yes. Okay. So
sorry.
It's okay. Make your quote.
We can never dig too deep. You hear from another world.
Okay.
Well, eventually you'll just hit bedrock. If you've done
So
that, you're
eventually,
12 layers up and you'll find the diamond level.
bear with me a second. I'm just trying to get the
I'm sure
relevant
Captain,
characters together.
I'm sure Captain Escobar would be very pleased to be described as a diamond.
I thought that
Well, I
was
was making a
Escobar.
Minecraft reference, but okay.
I got the
That
Minecraft.
too.
See? Cream and icy know what I'm doing.
I did as well, but I want to say how Escobar made a reference because he is a dwarf.
And he's digging a hole. Diggy hole.
I'd say that Kubur was the one digging the hole with Escobar.
It just happened, and it kept happening! I couldn't stop him!
He's a glorious character, though. Let's be honest.
He'll never die.
Okay, so as you guys are heading further and further down, you eventually come to a particular junction. There's a couple of bugbears on guard duty, checking the papers. Obviously, at this point, you know, you've gone this far down. You must belong here, right? Sure. So they just, you mentioned that you're looking for Nadine. They wave you through. And eventually, you find yourself down a fairly narrow tunnel. It's about 15 feet wide. Just 15... No, that's 15. There we go. 20 feet wide by about 20 feet high. And again, at this point, the lights are pretty much out completely. Does anyone have a torch on them?
Let me check.
Okay, let's turn another volume on that.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Quay has torches.
So Icky only has candles. Oops.
Well,
Bang has a torch.
I think Jurnis has a
Oh,
torch.
okay. Okay then, so Tahu...
Sending
do you
GM another
want-
message.
Yes.
Jurnis does not have a torch. Never mind.
It's almost
sell out a
like you
torch.
went... It's almost like you went to the, you know, the store for a reason. The
I
DM
knew I
was a
forgot
crew...
something.
Skullface,
You know what?
Skullface just hands Icrius one of his torches.
Ah, thank you, Master Scarface.
Okay.
Skullface basically, practically jumps up to clap his hand on his beak when he says his name. And a cavat, remember?
Then what am I meant to refer to you as?
Monty.
Monty. Master Monty. That better?
Much better.
It's a joke I could be making, but I'm not going to.
So how much light does a torch give?
I think it's 60.
30 feet bright light, then an additional 30 feet of dim light.
I would say let's just be nice and give you a straight 60 of low light. Your torches. Okay, so, and that was Tahu, and who else has a torch? Was that Ang?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Who needs
Ix was
it?
given a torch.
Who was given a torch, sorry?
Icky got a torch. From Monty.
Perhaps
Monty on the
not
run.
lighted to
I
just
knew
yet.
it. I knew that's what you were going for because that's what immediately came to my mind. That game's great.
I'm sad to say I do not get that particular joke.
ZX Spectrum character. Who was
Oh,
a mogul.
wow. Oh, wow, that is the deepest of deep cuts. Anyway,
Yep.
so,
It's known for its ridiculously catchy music. I'll just
And
stop
but-
that. You
yeah.
can play a chat
And
for
Mon-
later.
Yeah, and Monty Mole happens to be a miner as well, so...
Oh yeah.
what does their age have to do with anything? Anyway,
I was trying to make the same joke. Dennis beat me to
so,
it.
as you guys round the corner, you're following the tracks of this particular area, you hear the sounds of battle.
Well,
As
now.
yes. You hear them screaming and swearing in Goblinoid, when all of a sudden, let's just bring you down a teensy bit.
Oh dear.
Yeah. You see this. Basically, there's a couple of archers and everything protecting this goblin here, and they are brought down by a couple of kobolds. Well, you're actually not too sure. I would say that Chemise, you would be able to see them, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, you see a pair of kobolds launch some javelins which embed themselves into the hobgoblins, wiping them out. However, these two goblins remaining, this male all the way over there, and this female here, who is basically she is running for the hills. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
What?
Roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
let me just clear that.
The kobolds are revolting. Whatever
That
shall
button.
we do?
Oh, that button didn't work.
Legitimate question. That's a legitimate question though, because you guys have like a ruse going on right now.
Yeah, well, no, Chemise knows what she's gonna do.
I mean, if there's no one to tell the tale.
Damn. Yeah, that is Chemise's plan, actually, yes.
Were we supposed... Wait, remind me overall, were we supposed to kill Nadine? Or were we supposed to get information from her?
Nadine
be
is your contact
Oh,
from
yeah,
Matthias.
Okay. My bad, I got her mixed up with someone else.
Trix is the
Yeah,
leader who
adventure.
needs to be killed.
Who?
Just
Sorry?
to find out that
What's the name of the leader?
Skullface knows exactly what's. Skullface can tell what's going through their minds, and he's just giving them all a look as if to say, "Do not. We have to keep our cover."
Well, at least he's brave.
We'll keep our cover. I'm kidding.
Seriously though, above game, I thought the objective was to kill this Natrix or like extract something from her. I forget.
So the general information is that Natrix was the one who stole the explosive material and was apparently, according as far as Matthias is concerned, the one responsible for setting off the bomb in the graveyards.
Okay.
So, I reckon, we should probably evacuate Nadine while some of us, quote-unquote, deal with the kobolds.
Oh, this is going to be fascinating and
Thinking,
interesting.
yeah, of course. This is going to be a cluster.
Because diplomacy might be difficult if the kobolds are really riled up.
Yeah.
Oh, you cleared the initiative. I'm not on it.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, that's weird.
I'm still not on it. Dog's not on it.
Yeah, I'm not on it either.
Hell, I was on it and I vanished.
That's weird. Okay. Just roll 20 is a magical thing that never goes wrong. It runs perfectly smoothly, and I'm honestly not researching another tabletop to replace it. Honest.
No, of course not.
Yeah, we'll top
You
shit
did not
there.
roll
Works great
20.
for $15.
Okay. So,
Then we gotta do math.
is there anybody who is not in the turn order? Now, Icrius was
Ix is in there
14.
now? Yes, he was.
I
And
am
we
still
have-
not.
I'm
Okay,
still not.
Bentley?
Dog. Yay.
Technology. Okay. And Ang was 15. And let me add Dog. I would say, just for the sake of argument, Dog's probably going to... Does Dog want to be in the fight? No. Dog is hanging back. Dog does not look very well. Okay.
Poor
Had
dog.
more than enough fights for today.
Yeah. That whole nearly drowning thing was a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Wasn't the only one who almost drowned.
Okay.
Chemise saw you, Tahu.
I'm
Okay.
still at 10 hit points.
Oh my
at
gosh.
least-
Okay. I would say, okay, for the sake of argument, while you guys were in the store, I would say you guys have had at least the equivalent of a short rest.
Okay, so it's been
Because
6
I'm not a
hours.
complete monster.
What is a short rest?
That I believe you can spend a couple of your hit dice, and any of the abilities that refresh on a short rest would have come back. Just not the long rest ones. Okay.
Like that, that one shot that Jurnis did that I listened into, where she just kept throwing hordes of goblins at.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was messed up. Thananya will never forget that day.
I will say that I was following the module to the letter. It wasn't my fault that they all just kept charging in and got themselves killed.
Level 2 Wally. Those were the days.
Hmm.
You used your bonus action to moisturize the hot goblin's hands.
Yep.
You know, I'm so sad I missed that one. But
Mm.
everything I heard about it sounded glorious.
Alright. I'm healed.
Yay!
I
Double
recall
trouble.
there were only actually a couple goblins left, wasn't there, Jurnis?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we probably, like, Wally could have probably just taken them off with firebolts from a distance.
Probably not.
Thananya had a better
Thananya
plan.
was in no state to fight, though.
Neither was Silk. He was basically on his last legs.
Yeah, Wizardy Boy did as wizards should and stayed in the back. He had all of his hit points.
Okay, so is everyone in?
I think so.
Okay.
Bird is in.
No Chemise.
Oh my gosh, okay.
She got a 7.
You had a
Okay.
7, okay.
Oh, I think,
So I reckon
Okay.
we evacuate the goblins while the rest of the party, quote unquote, handle the rebelling kobolds.
Specifically, who is we? Like, who is helping and who is dealing with the...
Well, Jurnis
Well.
is the talker, so she should probably try and convince the goblins.
The
Not the
large
goblins, the
white,
kobolds.
the wolf is going to stick with Jurnis.
what was I?
First of all, is going to be Ang. What you gonna do?
Well, what I had planned is... Okay. Going to run over to this goblin
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Come with me, we'll get you out of here."
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Persuasion. Charisma skill, something I am not good with. Never mind!
Oh wow! Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so basically, this older-looking goblin woman, she's looking a little bit freaked out. Then she sees you, looks at the sea of corpses, and she literally leaps in your arms. Get me the fuck out of here now!
Okay, so... I moved 25... Actually, I have a speed of 40, so...
You are a fast kitty.
I will move my remaining 15 feet with her back here. If I can...
Okay.
Sorry, Skullface, I'm sitting on top of you.
Yeah. Okay, so she's over there now. Anything else?
That's what I got.
Next up is going to be Graz. What's Graz want to do?
Graz is not sure of the plan, so she is going to... is this a wagon?
That is a wagon.
She's going to
Interrupt, but I'm off the turnover
clamber
again.
into the wagon and like kind of crouch down and hold her bow at the ready. Basically, if any of the kobolds try and attack our companion, she's going to fire a warning shot at their feet. Essentially.
Let's see if I can actually drag Tahu up. There we go. Okay. Okay.
It got rid of him. Oh no, it bumped him below Icrius. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I
Yeah.
just disappeared off the third order. I was like, what the hell? I was there.
I know, Roll20 is a completely fine system that doesn't cause any problems at all. Next up, Icrius.
Actually, I would rather Tahu goes first if that's okay, because I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do.
Next up is going to be Tahu.
I draw weapons and prepare an attack at the first thing that comes in range.
Okay, so you're preparing a melee attack?
No, a throwing attack.
Okay, what is your range again?
The dagger's range, I think, is like 20. 60 on the far end, but...
Okay.
Short range is 20, 60 far.
Okay. Next up is going to be Sir Icrius.
So, is this one alive or is this one dead?
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. 13.
13. I was going to say, so here's the thing. Can Icrius see this gentleman here?
I can see him on the screen, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. He looks to be alive. He's on one knee. He looks like badly injured. And he's looking a bit freaked out.
Okay. He's injured. Well, that makes my turn simpler. Okay. Icrius. Oh, no, hang on. I'd have to dash to get to him. Ah! Do I have any bonus action heals? Blah, 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 blah. Let me check, lay on hands, blah, 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 blah. Please for your bonus action. Damn it!
Nope, it's an action.
I don't have any bonus action heals, god damn it. Oh wait, no, that's a cleric thing. Son of a bitch!
It always gets him on your next turn.
Yeah. Oh! Yeah, that'll do for now. So Icrius is gonna charge on over there with his shield up. And he's basically gonna say like... what is he gonna say? Hold fast! We'll hold the line! We'll get you on your way soon enough! And he's basically just gonna protect the ever-loving shit out of this fella as he makes his way to safety. And that'll be his turn.
Okay. Next up is going to be Nadine. She's basically she's grabbed onto Ang with a death grip, and she's like, just get me out of here. Right. We can call someone to hold the line properly, but for now we just need to leave. And she's basically pointing back this way. And that is going to be her turn. This individual here, this goblin, he's basically going to try and hobble to his feet, look very gratefully at Icrius. Like, oh, cheers, mister. And he's going to dash. That's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'd say speed's 25, so he's going to get about this far. He's going to be, hi boss, and that's going to be his turn, leaving the brave Sir Icrius out in the field by himself. Mr. Skullface, what do you want to do?
Skullface is going to quickly work the situation. So, Icrius, pull back, and he's going to start. Basically nudge to Ang and just go, Reeve, get her back there.
He nods. And I'm assuming that it's this direction we're headed, right?
Okay. Yeah, Skullface is basically leading the tactical withdrawal, basically.
I would say, given from your experience, this was the area that you came from. You know that there's another passage this way. There also seems to be, I would say, because of your dark vision, you probably wouldn't be able to see it. But there do seem to be a couple of other paths leading off from this room.
Yes, but that's not the direction Nadine said she wanted to go, so Skullface is going along with that.
Fair enough. Are you holding any kind of action?
He's basically got his scimitar, his machete out ready just in case.
Okay.
If he gets too close, he'll have a swing.
Fair enough. Chemise, what would you like to do?
Yes. Well, I wanted to make sure. You're saying that the thing I asked if would work. You don't think it would work?
Unfortunately, I don't think you can use Phantasmal Force to, give audio cues. Basically, if you were to, you could maybe cast something like Message, if that's something you have.
Yeah, no, I don't have
Chemise
that.
has Minor Illusion or something like that.
Minor Illusion.
She has Phantasmal Force.
But if you have Phantasmal Force, like Dennis says, cannot make noises, but Minor Illusion can.
Oh, I thought it said including sound in the description.
Oh yeah, no, it does. I'm reading it now. It does include sound, temperature, and other stimuli.
Right, but does it sound like rah, or can it be words? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You know what? If it can say sound, 100%, you can make it say do whatever you want.
Okay, and then the other question I asked you is, what's the answer there? I can't remember. Whether because of what's happening or not.
Yeah, I would say Chemise is aware.
Okay. Oh, fun. Okay. So, I'm gonna do this. She is going to, let's see, what's the distance on a Phantasmal Force? 60 feet. She is going to go 1. Do I have to do anything about this cart in a way?
I would say that counts as difficult terrain, so it's going to eat up twice as much movement.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 30, and then how far can I dash?
If you dash, that uses
1,
your action.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm just trying to count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's plenty of distance that I'm at the right distance. So yeah, I just want to make sure I don't cheat.
Okay.
And so she's going to... And...
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you exactly what it says.
I hate to be a rules lawyer, but it has to take... the illusion takes root in the mind of a creature that you can see. Unless Chemise can see something I can't.
She can.
She can.
Okay. Interesting.
So she is going to, right here, 60 feet. I'm not good with the math, but like as close to these guys. And the exact message is going to be what I'm sending you now.
Okay. So I'm going to make a little square. Where's the drawing thing? Let's make a little square right there. Whoop.
And it's one creature or a group? Or just one?
You craft an illusion that takes minds of a creature, a single creature.
Do any of them look like the leader?
Actually, yes. This one near the back does seem to be directing them.
Okay, then that's the one she's... how far back? Is that within the 60 feet of me?
65 feet.
Ah, Shiza.
Well, you could do it to the one just in front of him.
Okay, then she's going to do that, and that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Okay. I would say, Icarus, how far can you see?
You said with the torch 50 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
So should be able to see, like, beyond this area. Hang on, let me do the turn order. So, yeah, should be able to see this far.
Yeah. Your torch, for some reason, is only giving you 6 feet of light instead of 60, so apologies while I try and fix that for you.
Thanks,
There we go.
Roll20. There we go.
While you're doing that, Chemise is blowing sand into her hands and puffing it out, and it's traveling across this mining area.
Okay. Okay, this guy over here, he kind of lowers his weapon, looks really confused, enraptured, a little scared, and starts chatting to his boss just behind him. Does anyone speak Draconic? I think we've established you do not.
No.
Nope.
Then you are not sure what is being said. But, en masse, is there anything else you want to do for your turn?
No.
Okay.
Chemise has done what she can.
I would say, then, with that, en masse, you see the kobolds skittering amongst themselves, start to get further and further back down this corridor. Is anyone planning on pursuing them?
Right now, that doesn't seem to be in our best interests.
Were the kobolds
Okay.
chained or were they free?
These seemed... Give me a... Considering the fact that it's now your turn, give me a perception check, Jurnis.
Basically, I'm trying to determine, are these kobold tribesmen or are these escaped slaves?
With a 10 and your position, it's really hard to make out, unfortunately. I would say you might have seen at least one of them wearing what looked to be like a manacle, but again, it was a little bit far away, so it was hard to make out. So, as you bring your 2 new goblin friends with you, back towards a slightly safer passageway.
What
Nadine-
did the party
Yes?
see? Just darkness with noise?
It only takes root in the creature's mind, so no.
No, I mean in terms of what we saw at the other end when they all left. Did anyone see that, or did the noise
Well,
just die out?
Icrius would have seen them.
Okay, I was curious.
Yeah, they basically took, well, at least one of them saw that. They were chatting with each other, and then as one, they started to back out. So, you, after a minute or two of heading down the corridor, you don't think you're being followed. Nadine basically just like holds on to Anchor and says, Aye, whoa, okay. Right, first of all, thank you. I appreciate you. Second of all, who are you exactly? No problem, D.
I got an appointment, guys. I have to go to it. I've told Devillo what to have happen, and Devillo's going to take Chemise from here unless I get back in time or whatever. Thank you. I adore you all, and you're welcome for stopping the fight.
Good job.
Alright.
Be safe, D.
Stay
Later,
I'm going to
safe.
try to listen in if I can.
Bye.
So, Dennis,
Yes, my friend.
before things proceed, I would like to mention that Icrius would take the soonest opportunity to heal up the injured goblin lad for
Okay.
5 points of lay on hands. I mean, I imagine he doesn't have a lot of HP, so that should help.
Well, he only had 3 hit points remaining out of his 30, but he does
Whoa.
appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Here's man. Oh, wow, you look big. Look at those wings. He looks a little out of it. They're a little lightheaded. That's a lot of blood he seems to have lost. But it's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take a nap. Nadine just basically grabs him by the scruff and says, "No, you're not. You're telling everyone else." Sends him down the corridor.
Skullface.
Don't think he'll make it very far.
Oh, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. This happens all the time. The kobolds have been going insane lately.
Any idea why?
Give me an insight check, if you'd be so kind, Jurnis.
God damn it, Jurnis.
She just looks a little confused. I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's because we're flipping kidnapping them, sticking them in chains, and forcing them to work in this shithole. What do you think?
That was kind of what I was implying, yes.
I'm
But no.
guessing that this operation is not exactly meeting with your approval.
She looks around at the group. Well, Matthias did say you were going to be a motley bunch. I do assume that you are Matthias's lot?
Well, I thought we'd best keep up the pretense for a little while longer, but yeah.
Yeah. Very hard person to, not recognise, Mr. Ripper. Gives you a little salute. Hear good things about you.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago, but still...
Look at me, son. I've been here for a long time. Basically, she looks to be, in terms of goblin years at least, she looks to be in her late 50s, early 60s. I've been running this cartoon for a while until our mutual problem showed up. And trust me when I say I am not satisfied with the way she's running things. We're supposed to be, let's say, hustlers. We're gamblers. We work casinos, money, not this bullshit digging underground.
Luckily not.
Do you have any idea what she's looking for?
Well, here's the thing, love. I'm assuming you're not from around here? Given the accent, I'd say. Well, with the accent, yeah, I'd assume you're from the West Coalition?
Good ear.
They are, aren't they? Yeah, Netrix is looking for Nelial. I would say at this, you do notice Chemise stiffen ever so slightly.
Can Skullface do a history check on that?
With advantage.
And I'm
Jurnis have heard
assuming...
anything from this? Or is this a Grim-specific lore?
Yeah, I would say that Jurnis, you being a bard, I would say you get a straight roll, but the DC is higher for you.
Sure.
And does Icrius get advantage as well?
Oh, Arcanist absolutely gets advantage.
Man, I'm curious at this point. Is there any point me rolling for this?
As unfortunately, as a resident of Yabal Hari and everything, I don't believe this would mean anything to you.
That's fair. I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
There'll be fine.
Okay, with a 10, a 7, and what was Skullface's? A 5? Oof, you've heard the name, but it's, you know that it's supposed to be like there's like ruins or something, but other than that, you're not exactly certain. Arcanist knows exactly what Nelial is. It was the city that was discovered underneath Croswell Grim about 6 months before the big catastrophe 400 years ago.
Yeah, everyone can suddenly see the wolves' hackles are raised. Bit of a mention of the name.
Yeah, does someone want to feed her? Instead, what are you doing with a bunch of dogs down here? It's a little odd, isn't it?
Highly trained attack dogs. Don't worry about them.
I'm more of a cat person myself, but I'll take your word for it.
Yes, highly trained. That's one of a
Side-eyes
partner.
ang.
You'll notice that she eyes Ang as well. She appreciates the rescue. But yeah, now look, Nellayar is it's a place that a lot of people want to get to, but nobody is allowed. It's supposed to be this ancient city that's they discovered it ages back. Before all of this, the sinkhole. They've basically forbidden people going down here for about 400 years because, well, they think that's what caused the sinkhole the first time. Too much digging. They don't want it to happen again. Matrix, on the other hand, she's a bit of a weird one. She's got this vision. She's got this drive. She's been burning through all of our resources, all of our money, all of our employees, hiring people left, right, and centre to start digging.
Matter of curiosity, has she always been this driven?
Well, I mean, I've only known her for about 6 or 7 months. Again, originally, I was the original, head of this cartel, or at least this branch. But, Trade Prince from, the capital, he basically sent her over. At least that's what she says. She came with perfect references. She had a reputation. So I gracefully stepped to the side and allowed her to take over. It's kind of how it works. I mean, I'm not the boss. I'm just the regional boss, you know what I mean? But she's not someone you want to cross lightly. People go missing, and I've got my suspicions, but let's put it this way. I think she's kind of got a taste for food that...
No bother, mate. I will talk to you
How do I-
tomorrow.
I think she eats people. Specifically, people like Az, and she points to herself, Wex, and Graz.
You think she eats goblins?
I've got a very, very good suspicion, yeah. I had an assistant at one point, it was a little bit of a bundler, but he got the job done. He was working for her for about a week, and then she just said she'd gotten rid of him. And then but the thing is, she has this look. You'll know when you meet her. I mean, if you are stupid enough to actually have a conversation with her, personally, I think you should kill her in her sleep. But she just looks at you like she's licking her lips, and she says things, innuendos.
It don't matter. If she's trying to get down into that city, she needs to die.
So I would say So to clarify, Arcanis, have you just spoken to her as a wolf, or have you just transformed?
She's reverted back. Well, she does it discreetly, and then...
Okay, that's fucking terrifying. Hey, do I know you? Aren't you that nutter?
Yeah, that's me. But
Okay, fair enough. Pleasure.
So here's a question. If she happens to have an unfortunate accident, or dies in her sleep, as you say, what happens to the mine? Is someone going to take over and continue digging down looking for this? Or will the mine...
Make
go
no
away?
mistake. We deal with her. I'm sure that Mr. Skullface can find some way of making sure this place is never found again.
Okay, that's a way of doing it. Well, again, we've sunk a lot of money into this place, but this is money I do not believe in spending. There are better things we can be doing with our time. And again, look, Ripper, you're a local. You know what our relationship with the kobolds is. It's never been good, but this is fucking killing us here. It needs to stop. So I have got no interest in keeping this place open, and if you want to sink it all, I'm fine with that. If you could just allow our employees and everyone else to leave first, that would be nice.
And make sure the kobolds are released.
Ideally,
obviously.
Ideally, Nadine, I'd like to, shall we say, clear room at the top for you.
You can just say killer. That's what we're talking about. We're going to kill this bit.
Yeah, that's what I
right?
mean.
Right?
But I mean, if you're in charge, then we can at least depend on you to sort things out.
Yeah. Cross my heart and hope to not be eaten by a psychopath. Yes, Icarus, by the way. Sorry, Kubur.
She said, of course, to releasing the kobolds. Yeah, I want to incite that immediately.
Please do.
For God's sakes, Icarus, what is wrong with you tonight?
Oh,
I'm guessing
goblins, man. It's hard. It's hard to get a read on them.
I guess it was a sudden appearance of the elf with a large sword.
Yeah.
Jurnis is rolling.
Yeah.
Like
So
shit
clarification. Clarification. Not everybody is aware of Arcanus. The other dog that showed up is now this weird elven chick.
Yes.
Is anybody reacting to this?
Yeah, so...
Jurnis looks mildly annoyed.
So I guess we have another one now. I mean, I'm just suffering up with that mongrel, but I didn't expect this.
Yep. This is, I suppose you could say an acquaintance. She got us out of a bit of a,
is
spot a
one of
while
the
ago.
senior ones.
Didn't catch that, Seth.
She is one of the senior wardens and also our defense attorney at our trial we had a couple of days ago.
Basically, we owe her for our freedom, and she's decided to cash in that favour by sticking close for some reason. Jurnis is just like rubbing the bridge of her nose.
I see, so it's just another thing you have to deal with. Fair enough.
Yeah, rest assured, my friend, those things down there in that undercity, you don't want them coming to the surface.
Yeah, tell me about it. Why do you think we've got the wall up? Like, I had to, deal with the logistics of even clearing this area in the first place. It's like the number of people we lost. It was ridiculous. This place is a nightmare.
All right.
So the rest assured, what's out there right now is nothing compared to what came out on the day.
Oh shit! You really were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay. You look somewhat intimidated. Do you moisturize?
Sometimes I tend to enjoy a little bit of the jasmine olive rub. But yes.
I'll keep that in mind. Jasmine olive, right. Makes a note.
So then, seeing as we've now gotten things out into the open, are we going to keep up with this pretense at all? Just to get an audience with her? Or do we just go in?
Look, right, here's the thing. She's got a couple of people with her, I don't know, honor guard or whatever you want to call them. Basically, they're just as afraid of her as everyone else is, but they do what she says. There's a couple of other hobgoblins. There's a couple of archers and, the head of their group. She basically hired them outside of the family. I don't know if they're on loan from one of the other cartels or not. I'm not exactly sure because, of course, she doesn't tell me anything. It's not like that was my job or whatever. But, okay, let me just bring up the map one moment. Now, according to... she actually... Matthias gave you a map, yeah?
Yes.
All right, let's see it. And the DM is actually going to try and bring up the map again. Okay. Right, so we're kind of down here towards, the lower levels. There is... they put it down here. So, there's a bit of a side passage that got blocked off a while back. Not really much going on there in terms of, anything in the seam or whatever. If you basically travel down there, for about, say, 15 to 20 minutes. It eventually sort of spirals up, and you're able to get into her chambers that way. Now, the thing is, you're going to be careful because she has, like, rigged things up, like to set off an alarm in case anything nasty comes down there. But for the most part, it's not that well guarded. I would recommend you were waiting until she's sleeping. I know her guards are kind of on like a rotation. A straight fight, she looks around. You might be able to take her in a straight fight, but I'll be honest, I never got this far by, playing fair. And I wouldn't give her a chance if I were you. But it's your call. If you wanted to go the suicide route, you could go straight in, have a conversation with her, and, see what you want that way. But my advice would go out the side passage and be very quiet.
What do we think? Do we think we could go a little Tahu route, or the straight in the front door route?
My vote is passageway.
The passageway. There's no glory in rushing off towards demise.
There's also no life
smart
after
man.
rushing off into demise. What do you think, Tohu? Do you think you could lead us through and keep an eye out for those traps?
Tahu's gonna laugh a little bit because he has no experience in traps.
Well, he's laughing, so he must be confident.
Fortunately, it's good for your time here, yes?
What did you say, Sephi?
Fortunately, it is good for you all that I'm here.
What you got to do is sniff them out? Sorry, I couldn't
It's
resist.
just...
I make jokes when I'm nervous.
Don't worry about that. I do that all the time and it freaks people out, but hey. But no. Let's just say 400 years gives you a good sense of when you're going into a trap.
I will take
Point
your
at
word
him
for
and
it.
nod my head.
So then, Nadine, where's this passage?
Right, follow me and I'll try and take you to it. So, after a little bit, Nadine leads you through like the main passageway from earlier. Again, the unfortunate sounds of kobold abuse. But as you are heading through the main passage, you notice like something that you passed earlier. You know what? Roll me a... Just roll me a d20, would you please? Okay. As you guys are walking past, this one bugbear is currently got. He looks like he's about to step on this kobold. He hears this like odd hissing sound. So turns around, looks, and by the time that he's turned around and notices that his ankle is soaking wet, you guys are already further down the passage.
Good.
Okay.
Jurnis
Yeah,
will,
so...
pat the dog. Good boy.
Alright then, so...
So, Dennis,
Yes...
Sir Icrius knows he's undead.
Yes...
Would he know if the supposed free undead, do they say do they sustain them? Are they known to sustain themselves on the flesh of the living?
Well, that does happen to be a theory that many members of the church talk about in great length, and one of the reasons why they should be purged with fire.
Oh, yes.
But for you personally, you actually don't have much experience of that. That isn't really something that you have been made aware of with your own experience. Give me I would say, let's call it intelligence.
I'd like to say what I'm trying to figure out here is if some free undead have justified it well. Oh, but I only ate filthy goblinoids.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to figure out
Okay.
if this Natrix might be an undead. So still an intelligence check.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Finally, a decent roll.
A 19. Given what you and your order believe, it seems to be possible. Okay, for some reason only Icrius copy and pasted there. All the other characters have ceased to exist for some reason. That's annoying. Yeah. I would say that it's a theory.
So, who's closest to Icarus right now? I mean, what's the marching order here?
That is the question. What is the marching order? I believe you said Tahu was leading, checking for traps because he's such an expert in that.
No.
I love how everyone assumed that Tahu was a rogue, even the
Yeah,
DM
right?
at one point.
Even the DM is like, I'll get the rope.
I was under the impression that Arcanist took point.
Yeah, she took point. Otherwise, unfortunately, you have to just nip off for a couple of minutes.
Not a problem. So we've got Arcanist, followed by who?
Jurnis will probably be in the middle somewhere with Graz.
Okay, Jurnis and Graz over here. Probably Skullface ahead of them. Dog is going to be over here. Chemise and Circus can go over here. And I would say Ang over there. And let's put Tahu over there. Okay, so I would like, let's see, well, we're going to wait for Sephi to come back. We're going to have a couple of skill checks. Sephi can do his in a minute, but first, I would like Icrius. Would you please give me a survival check?
Oh boy. Okay. We're back to the shitty rolls. The dice do not like divine boys tonight.
They do not, unfortunately.
What?
No, I know you don't. I'm setting that up. My wife is looking over my shoulder, looking at spoilers.
Le gasp. I'm just
no.
looking at the new denizens of the mine that have partnered.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It seems like such a happy, jolly place now.
I see the little mouse or rat calling for a medic.
I think he's saying merci for the tea.
Oh, I see.
What's the SpongeBob drawn character called? Where he draws himself?
Doodlebob.
Doodlebob. It looks like we got a bunch of Doodlebobs on screen.
That'd be terrifying.
Anyway, yeah. So Icrius, give me a D4, please.
This is fun.
Yeah. A 2. Okay. As you're trying to make your way through this narrow passageway, again, this is a particularly uncomfortable passageway to get through. After a little bit, what was originally like a carved passageway sort of narrows down and sort of tapers into an actual crevice that you guys are having to sort of like, shimmy your way through. And at one point you do kind of get stuck due to the plate armor. It takes a little while.
Wings.
And yes, the wings. You do realise that, trying to actually travel underground is going to be a bit of a challenge for you, especially with the heavy armor. So it does hold you up a little bit, but you don't take any damage, fortunately.
Thank God.
Next up, I'd say Tahu. If you could give me a survival check, please. 23. Okay.
GG. Did I crit on 19? I'm kidding.
Again, this is a fairly narrow passageway. After a bit, it curves around in sort of like this weird, switchback pattern. It's almost like you're traveling across a fault line. There is one part where it seems to drop down to a much deeper passageway. And if you weren't paying attention, you would have gone straight through. But you're able to, hold up your wing, warn everybody of the danger. Also help, lift Dog over it. So you guys are able to make through it, no problem. No problem. Lastly, Arcanist.
Yep.
I would appreciate it if you were to give us a survival check. Also, I really need to, because you are far, far away from the mines now. You are deep within this cavern. 17! Yes, 17! At one point, you come to this really narrow, tight passage, opens up into a smaller cavern, a miniature cave, and you look around and you seem a bit confused. It's like there's nothing here. It's just a dead end. And you start to think, well, what the hell? Did we go the wrong way or something? Well, after a moment, you are looking around, and it's literally next to where you came in. Basically, there's a second passageway that is almost an inch next to the one you just came through that's going the opposite direction. Traveling down that for a couple of minutes, you find a couple of different, branching points that seem to taper off and not go up too far. With the 17, you're able to... You feel a slight breeze, you hear a little bit of noise, and you're able to follow the correct one without having to do any backtracking or anything. So, I would say that after a good 20 to 30 minutes of this narrow, tight passage, you find yourselves here.
I don't think even Icrius can stand up to the might of a Karen. Not at level 4, anyway!
Let's just bring Specky over
Where's
here.
their Karen?
So, okay, for some reason everything stopped playing there. There we go. That's better. Should be playing. So, as you guys are heading down this passage, you notice that it starts to widen out a little. You notice various fluorescent crystals embedded into the side of the wall. And as you curve around this area, you find yourselves at the bottom of this small, cavern that opens up into a much wider area. Looking up, you see a fence about 5-10 feet above you, and you hear voices speaking in Goblinoid. Various male, female voices. Does anyone... Yes, so Graz and Wex. You would recognize these as saying... basically, there's been a report of another uprising from the kobolds. It's been managed to deal with, but this individual here, that you recognize the voice as being the one that Icarus saved earlier. Yeah, a bunch of, mercs were able to take care of it, but it was fine. And you hear this female voice say, so what you're saying is that you let a bunch of other people solve your problem. I thought it was your job to keep these little rats in line. Well, it seems that I'm gonna have to take steps. And you hear, I would say, let's just, uno momento.
While you do that, incoming heroism from Icrius. Because
Yes.
I could fucking hear it in your voice. I heard that mumble, dude.
So, incoming what from Icarus?
I'm just giving him crap because I heard him kind of like mumble a little bit, like as if he was about to do something or say
Yes,
something.
I
Yeah.
am rifling through my character sheet.
You can
Okay.
tell I'm on to you.
Okay, so I would say this, Icarus, you don't understand the words, but you do recognize the voice of the person you saved, and you do hear a certain tone in the other person. You hear this strangled yelp. So, what do you guys plan on doing? Do you plan on waiting here for a couple of hours until things settle down? Or are you planning on scaling this wall here?
How big did you say that wall was? 10 feet?
It's about 5-10 feet.
Guys, I'm very conflicted.
Anybody with a decent jump check should make a 5-foot wall, or at least be able to grab it.
Is it
I'm in
quiet up
heavy
there now?
armor.
Are there still people
I would
talking, or...?
give me a perception check.
Sure.
12. You hear quite a bit. You hear the flickering of torches, and I would say from this point now, you do see the torchlight from the various, points of light in this room. You hear fire. You hear various, coughs and shifting sounds of a fairly sizable number of people moving around. But other than that, and the squeaking, strangled sounds of someone that sounds like they're being dragged. Other than that, not much.
I feel like we should wait. Because we heard a good number of people up there. We heard two voices and other people shuffling. So we know she's not alone. And Nadine did suggest we wait until she falls asleep.
If I can't do anything else in this situation, I'd like to get a divine sense.
Okay.
Oh no.
So, 60 feet, is it?
Yes.
Now, not to metagame, but your presence right next to Chemise and everything, you get the occasional cold chill.
Yeah, the familiar chill at this point.
You do have that ping just behind you of Jurnis and her infernal bloodline. And then you kind of blink for a moment. It's almost like there's an echo. And you're a bit confused. But it's there. Twice as strong as Jurnis. Right there. You feel
fiendish energy.
A fiendish energy.
As strong as Jurnis?
Twice as strong.
Twice as strong.
Icrius doesn't know the significance of Jurnis's fiendish presence, does he?
I
don't think
think there have been occasions where people have said, you know, not with Icrius around. I don't think. No.
No.
So that means there's probably a full-blown demon or devil there.
Mm-hmm. So, Ick's gonna turn around. It's not quite what I was expecting. There's a fiend out there. Natrix is likely a fiend, not an undead like I figured she was.
You see Jurnis kind of like peeks up with the mention of a fiend. What kind of fiend?
Twice as strong as you, my dear, at least. So we're talking full-blooded demon.
You notice Jurnis is kind of like nervously nibbling at her lip when you mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see who it is?
Let me check.
Me an intelligence check.
Sorry, what was that?
Icarus, give me an intelligence check, please.
Okay. Please be good. Decent.
15. When you were listening to the voices earlier, you heard the female voice and the familiar voice round about in this area.
Mm-hmm.
The fiend entity seems to be here. Now, you did hear squeaking and dragging, so, in theory, it could be the same entity. You don't know for sure, though.
She's not eating the goblins, she's feeding the goblins to something.
Well then, do we wait? Do we strike now?
Tahu, can you get a peek over and see how many are there?
Okay.
Was that a positive quay or a negative quay?
That was more like a shrug, Quay.
Oh, okay. Would you like to give me a, let's call it a strength check to see if you can get up the wall, and a stealth check to see if you can avoid
Not at my
Big Z.
computer.
Not a problem.
So, if
Can-
Patrick could make me the rolls for me.
Dennis, can Sir Icarus assist?
Absolutely, yeah, you can have advantage.
Icrius, I was going to say, Icrius is going to kind of stand at the foot of the wall and kind of give him a leg up.
Okay, what is your modifier for that?
I'm pretty sure I don't have any strength. Like, it's an 11.
I think an 11 would give him a one, right?
No, 12 gives 1.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately 11's just a flat sale. So, yeah, 16, that'll work. So now I just need a stealth check, and let me just bring up your character sheet.
Yeah, you just go ahead and do that. I know I'm proficient with stealth
Yeah.
and stuff.
Where is Tahu? I have so many characters here. Oh my gosh. Boopity boopity boop. We can't see. Here we go. Yeah, Tahu. Okay, so I will roll the stealth check for Tahu. That is gonna be a you got a +4, a 16. Okay, fair enough. So Tahu, you we'll just say for the sake of argument over here, and we're gonna put Specky over there.
Remember, I can't
As-
see anything because I'm away from
I know.
my
I'm
computer,
gonna.
so it's
Don't
mostly
worry.
for everybody else at the moment.
I'm gonna describe it. It's cool. So as you clamber up the side, you basically like Apocalypse Now style. Your eyes just sort of like crest over the surface. You see a couple of individuals. You see 4 hobgoblins. And they seem to be, discussing things with each other around a campfire. One of them is pacing back and forth near a large throne, and it is an actual throne, or at least a gilded chair that seems to have been brought down here. And further towards the south, there's a main entrance that is being guarded by a very large, well-armoured bugbear. I would say from your position as well, you hear a couple of, strangled squeaks and crunching sounds coming from a small cave behind this throne. There's a large red curtain covering the entrance. All around this, throne, there are various animal furs and pelts. There's also towards the south, near where the 3 hobgoblins are, there appear to be several tables filled with braziers, torture devices, spiky things, all manner of unpleasantness. And further to the north, there actually does appear to be another section. The cave seems to have a series of steps carved into them that lead towards what, from your vantage point, there seems to be bits of armor and everything, but you can't tell much else from where you are. But that's basically what you see.
Perfect. Well, using my Mimicry trait, I'm going to take a piece of chalk out of my backpack and literally draw that on the wall as if everybody could then look like as if you're seeing through it.
Okay.
Like exactly what's kind of on the other side of the wall and where people were.
Impressive workaround, because it occurred to me, as Dennis has described it, the party asked a Kenku with limited language.
Yeah, that's why.
Take a look around.
My Mimicry trait to draw and mimic things in art.
Yeah, brilliant, great move.
I love it. I'm not even going to make you roll for that. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We have a habit of making good use of Kenku's abilities.
Thank you.
Yeah. Alright. So there are 5 there, and if she's not in the room anymore, then she must be what you felt after moving. So she is the fiend. Do you think we could take
Icarus
6?
6.
I guess it was my forgery trait, not necessarily my Mimicry trait, but close enough.
That's all good. So you've had advantage on all checks. Again, I'm not going to make you roll because I just love the description, but we'll do that in future.
Good.
6
you guys-
ordinary. Sorry.
I also have to go at this point, so I'll catch you guys later.
Not a problem. You take care of yourself, man.
Alright, Cream.
All the best.
Stay safe.
Hey, the cream.
Bye.
Yeah,
Happy
chat.
Thanksgiving to everybody.
Oh yeah, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Bye, dog.
Okay. So,
6 ordinary folk and a demon. I don't fancy our chances against those odds.
No.
As much as I am loath to say it.
5 ordinary folk and a demon. If only there was a way we could get them out to go investigate some sort of disturbance or something.
Well, there are plenty of troublesome kobolds about.
Hold on. Jurnis has a harebrained scheme.
I would say as well, as you were looking around, Tahu, at least one of the hobgoblins did look to be asleep. It looks like they're rotating shift.
Now, I have an ability,
Mm-hmm.
a spell, called Crown of Madness.
Ah.
One humanoid of your choice you can see within range must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you for the duration. While the target is charmed in this way, a twisted crown of jagged iron appears on its head and a madness glows in its eyes. The charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. So essentially, I could turn one of them mad and make him attack his enemies if he fails his wisdom saving throw?
I can just kind of. I assume that Tahu made it obvious on the drawing which one was the armoured bugbear.
Yes.
Right.
The armoured bugbear looked to be at the towards the southern entrance.
So
I can. He's going to reposition himself near to the entrance so Jurnis has a good view.
So the question is, how wise do we think the bugbear or its allies are?
I would say
Because
bugbear probably not. Not that
if he
much.
makes his wisdom saving throw, then that's us rumbled.
Let's see.
I don't think bugbears have much in the way of wisdom.
Normal bugbears, certainly.
If it helps, if Icrius could get like a look at this bugbear, I can bane him, and that will improve your chances.
Will he know he's been baned?
Doesn't say. As long as I pass a stealth check, should be fine.
That sounds like a plan then. If you manage to... Bane is verbal components only, right? Verbal and somatic.
Verbal, somatic, and material, but I have a focus, so that's not a problem.
Okay. So if you are able to sneakily bane him, and then I sneakily crown of madness him, then he'll turn and fight his allies, and that will at least cause enough chaos, and I will have him under my control for a minute, which is 10 rounds, so we could literally get them to beat the ever-loving shit out of each other if this works.
It's worth a shot, though I will say, that will be my last spell slot. Just throwing that out there. The joys of being like a fucking like level 4 paladin.
Alternatively, and this is the DM, you could wait until technically nightfall. You could have a long rest and refresh yourselves that way. Of course, you don't know what's happening right now in that room.
Yeah, that's the
Probably a good
problem.
idea.
Yeah, I do, and so does Sir Ick. It makes him uncomfortable.
So, put it to a vote. Do we go now, or do we wait?
Chemise actually puts her hand up and in a very low voice says, personally, I would say patience. We need to be at full strength before we deal with these things.
Yeah, to agree.
Alright, then I can wait, and then if they are still there, we'll try this scheme. So, bed down and long rest.
So the question is, are you guys bedding down basically in this little hole straight next to them?
No.
Or are you
No,
going
we're gonna
further
back
back
up a
into
little
the
Go
bit.
cabin?
further back.
Okay.
I would also say we would take watches just to basically sit down in this wee room and listen out to see what we can hear.
Very wise. Okay.
So just in case something happens and the rest of us need to be woken.
Okay then.
Agnes is going to shift back to Hubble form and going to take the first watch.
Okay, then making a long rest.
Okay. So Arcanis, give me a basic perception check for me, please.
Perception. Oh, for God's sake.
It is a little uncomfortable in here, and it is, again, because there isn't much in the way of a flat surface the further you get into this crevice. The closest thing that you find to a comfortable area is that small round cavern that you were in earlier, where it basically doubled back on itself. As you are trying to make your way around, you kind of... roll me a d4. Okay, yeah, I would say as you're trying to figure out, a plan, you kind of crack your head on the ceiling. Everything is very uneven, and it is very difficult to, stay focused. So I would say take just 1 point of bludgeoning damage. And that's after you've had your long rest and everything. So you are going to be down 1 hit point. Just the one. It is also, surprisingly enough, really freaking cold in here. Next up, who is taking the next watch?
Sir Ix will.
Okay. So Icrius and Ang. I would like both of you fine gentlemen to give me a perception check, please.
Bad boys on watch.
15 to 21. The sounds coming that travel and echo down this pathway from the place you've just been are low but concerning. The echoes, the reverb, they make it somewhat uncomfortable. The idea of spending any real length of time down here in the dark it doesn't seem very appealing. But other than that, nothing happens. Was there anything you two gentlemen wish to discuss with each other, or will we move to the next section?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so the third.
Besides, Dennis, in this case, loose lips will sink ships.
Yes,
Yes, we want to be stealthy. If they hear our breathing, then we can't control that. But,
So the third and final one, who is taking it?
Jurnis will hop in on that one.
Okay.
Let's say I can this as well because she only needs 4 hours meditation.
It's up to Graz if
Okay.
she wants to join or sleep.
I'd say Graz is going to offer, but if she I'd say Graz, Arcanis, and Jurnis. So Graz is going to help. So Arcanis and Jurnis, give me a perception with advantage.
Sure, I can do that.
11 and 20. Okay. And while you're doing that, Jurnis, as you're here in the cold, in the dark, tight, confined space, would you please give me my favourite role in this game?
I knew that was coming.
It's not fun down here. It's everything at once. Everything's around you. You just feel so small and compressed, and you glance up and you realise that's not a wall, that's not a ceiling, that is a solid mass. You are deep in the earth. There is no escape from this other than the paths in front of you. There's no running, there's no hiding. You are trapped down here. All it takes is one cave in. You hold your shit together, but you can't help but dwell on it. Other than that, everything's fine. And I would say, since she knows you so well, Graz returns a favour and squeezes your hand again. And have a drink after all this is done, Red. You got my word.
I guess he's just going to quickly insight this.
Yeah, she does not like being in confined spaces.
She's just going to whisper, concentrate on your breathing. In, out.
Jurnis will just give her a "you tried" look and a shaky smile.
So, with everyone having a full rest and everyone being at their max hit points, except for Arcanus, who took that one ding to the head. Is everybody ready to proceed back down the passage? Or are you thinking, you know what, screw this, let's go the other way. Let's go. Let's just leave. Let's become monks. I hear there's a really good temple somewhere. I'm sure Ang's got an in for us.
You know, I do know this tribe of trolls a little bit further west. They throw great parties.
Arcanus is ready to kick a bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
We shall gather the rest of the team.
Now hold your horses for a second.
Yes.
Because we had a long rest, I could prepare new spells, and I did
Yeah,
prepare
wow.
ceremony.
Okay. Who do you want to marry?
Well, Graz and Jurnis, but only when they're ready for it. We know it's gonna happen!
Oh, if they survive.
If they survive. No, what I want to do is I want to use the investiture effect to grant Jurnis Icarus's Bane spell, so that he doesn't have to clamber up in his heavy armor, but she can toss it out there instead.
Ooh!
Now it is
Investiture.
rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
You touch one willing humanoid, choose for one first level spell you prepared, and expend a spell slot on any material components as if you were casting that spell. The spell has no effect, instead the target can cast the spell once without having to expend a spell slot or use a material component. You're basically turning me into a magic grenade.
Yep.
I love it. Okay, the DM just needs to shoot off for just 2 seconds, literally just a couple of seconds. I'll be right back, so talk amongst yourselves for just a moment, and then we will begin the chaos.
I'm glad this is a ritual spell, by the way.
That's gonna be so much fun.
You're welcome.
This can either end really well or really poorly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm racking my brains right now trying to think of what demons regularly would feast on humanoids. Or what devils.
With a taste of goblins specifically.
Well, it could be just because they're small and bite-sized.
It could be a bar guest.
Could be. Could be a Rakshasa.
Tell you what, when Dennis comes back, we'll see if Icarus can make a check for that, since he deals in these sorts of matters.
Every time I hear the name bar guest, it always reminds me of Roger and the Rotten Trolls. If anyone remembers that show.
I don't even know what it is.
If
Might have
Bargaists
seen it
are
way
what
back
I
when.
think they are, though, aren't they just animalistic, though?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a large black dog with glowing red eyes, but in D&D it's a sort of like a devil goblin hybrid.
It's a shape changer, apparently, and it knows many languages.
So, what is it that we are discussing? I am
Trying to
curious.
think what
Bargaists.
demons/devils we know that can shapeshift and has a taste for goblinoids.
Yes,
I
on that note,
wonder.
Dennis, is there a check
Yes.
that I can make for that, since Icarus does deal with, like,
That is
the
a fair
undeads, the
point.
fiends, that sort of thing?
That is a fair point. Yeah, give me a... I would say religion or history. Or
My religion is...
nature.
I'd rather use religion, because I have a +4 to that.
Let's call it religion then.
Thank you. 20!
20. Yes, you have heard about some sort of demonic entities that match this bill. One of them is referred to as a shapeshifter. It masquerades as various goblinoid forms. Usually, it would be considered like a regular goblin, but it's not outside the realm of possibility that it would masquerade as a hobgoblin instead. And it has a very particular taste for goblins, devouring not just their body, but their soul.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Yeah.
So, would this be a bar guest?
It fits the bill. With the 20, I would say everything seems to slot into place. And with a 20, I will give you this. You do know that they seem to have a terror of fire. They do seem to either have a weakness to it or an aversion to it. Believe, for whatever reason, you have heard tales of them being defeated by being doused in, large amounts of flame. But whether or not it was the fire itself or it was some other factor, you're not entirely sure.
Okay. I've been ruminating upon it. This thing sounds like a bar guest. It's a shapeshifter. It often takes the form of goblinoids and feasts upon goblinoids. Not just in flesh, but their soul as well. Seems like it's a good thing that I'm here, since the best thing to defeat them is fire. They seem to have an aversion for it. We haven't quite figured out the specifics, but it seems to do them in something fierce. So if anyone else here has a propensity for flames, now's the time to break it out.
I have a bit of fire control. Not much, but a little.
I have heat magic. Heat metal. I also do have a slight fiery bite if they decide to turn on me.
There's to confirm that key skill.
Well, I have a couple of grenades, but not sure if they'd be a good idea down here.
That is a terrible idea. Jurnis says that
You could
very
always
quickly.
crush it. Chemise actually pipes up. I've actually seen many terrible things be crushed in the middle of a rockfall. Of course, we would be in the middle of it too, so only as a last resort.
I concur wholeheartedly.
Anyway,
Well,
let's have a little look and see what we can find. And Jurnis is gonna try and have a sneaky peek over the lip.
I can basically give her a leg up.
yeah, ditto.
Okay. As before, strength with advantage to get up there.
It's a good thing we're helping out. Oh, what the fuck?
Okay, now...
God, maybe I
Now-
should have burnt a blessing as well.
Now give me the stealth check to see if anybody heard that.
Oh my
no.
god, Jurnis!
No! Why?
Okay.
This isn't fair. We planned!
Okay.
You did, didn't you?
The first head I see, Bane and Crown of Madness.
Just so you know, Bane applies to 3 targets, so you could still get that armored bugbear.
True.
I mean, what's the old Scottish saying? The best plans of mice and men go to shit.
The
Okay,
best
I
laid
would
plans for mice
say-
and men.
I would say that there's a little bit of... Oh, shit. And you sit down and you hear... And you hear footfalls coming from this section over here. You said you had your spells prepared?
Yep.
Okay. So, just poking his head over here, you see the bugbear. And he is looking down into this area. And he's like, "Ooh." So, I would like you to do the thing that you were going to do. Before all
Here,
hell
allow me to
breaks.
click Brett Bane for you,
Yep.
Jurnis.
First off is Bane. and then Crown of Madness.
Okay. So, Lightning for Bane, and then Crown of Madness. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. Oh, yes. Wisdom saving throw. And what was the DC?
14.
So how much does Bane drop him by?
A D4.
Roll a D4, just for the fun of it.
I got it. 3!
Well, that brings him down to just 3. So I'm pretty sure that he is now your minion.
Oh. So,
Okay.
the way Crown of Madness works is I don't really control him per se, other than to say, go get them. So he's pretty much just going to turn around and attack the nearest person that's not one of my allies.
Okay then.
And that's a concentration spell for me, so I'm just going to put the little concentration flag on myself.
Okay.
That lasts a minute.
At that point, I think let's start rolling initiative, shall we?
I can't believe that worked.
Okay. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Teamwork makes the dream work, Miss Springsinger.
Oh, God damn it. What the fuck? Dang. I'll read my initiative.
Can't roll for shit tonight. What is going on?
The dice have been in an odd mood.
I pleased the DM.
90% of rolls are garbage, but every now and then you get a decent one. Not when it counts!
What's Tahu's? I'm going to roll a d20 for Tahu. What's his modifier?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Let me open his sheet. Bear with me a second.
That's his stuff.
Yeah, roll 20 is being an absolute. Again, I click something and it's taking 10-15 minutes for roll 20 to actually respond. Well, for the moment, let's say Tahu is initiative 5. Is everybody in? Well, we don't have Arcanist at the moment.
Yep, she's in.
Oh, she is in? Oh,
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay.
With a whopping
again,
6.
And Skullface should be in there as well. Yep, he's on 6 as well.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to say there's a surprise round first of all with the Bugbear, which makes sense as he's right at the bottom. Oh yeah, I would better give Natrix a turn as well. That would be fair. Where is the sheet for?
With a name like Natrix, we probably should have guessed that they were a demon or a devil.
Roll initiative. Yes, please. Thank you. And sending. Okay. So first of all, it's going to be this guy. He is going to use his movement. That's 5. Come on. Come on, roll 20.
Get up on the ledge.
Yeah. You know what? I will actually just remove that altogether so we can actually see what's happening. So, click, 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 click. Roll 20, please. It's not like I pay you or anything. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you. No. I select it and then it's like, nah, you didn't really want to select me. Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, the new dynamic lighting, it is better than the old one, but it is still a little bit finicky.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Okay. I would say he is going to charge over to here, 30 feet of movement. It's just like, blah, screaming at top fucking notes. Charging towards this bunch of hobgoblins that were just like chilling around the campfire. Like, the fuck? And he is going to... does he have any kind of ranged attack? Let's see. Unfortunately, no. Advantage on stealth checks to... Okay, I would say he's just gonna like dash over straight over here, screaming and waving his arms madly. Let's just put him in melee with everybody. Just go, and next up is going to be at the top of the round. Is going to be this captain. He is looking a little confused as to why one of his employees is attacking them. Okay. And he is going to take 2 swings with his greatsword. That is going to be... First one is going to be a miss. The second one basically is going to do a little bit of damage to his former companion. And he's going to start yelling in Goblinoid at him. Again, Wex, you would hear this as, "The fuck are you doing? Stop fighting! Get hold of him! Get hold of him! Boss! Boss!" And it appears that everyone is starting to wake up. Next up is going to be Graz's turn. What does she want to do?
Okay. First off, where is Graz? There she is.
Yes. Howling at the back.
I can't move her. She's stuck on the wall.
Give me a couple of minutes because, again, whenever I try and do anything with Roll20, it's there. There we go.
Okay.
I'm actually going to reload Roll20, so bear with me 2 minutes while that's happening.
Have you
What does
got
Graz want to do?
hardware acceleration enabled on Chrome? Are you using Chrome or what are you using?
I can't use Chrome anymore, remember? We had all that issue. I use Firefox these days.
Okay. Then I don't know. Graz, can she clamber up on this rock here?
Yeah, just give me a basic dexterity.
Sure.
It's a free action.
That's a saving throw.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
She's up there.
She's up there. Then I want her to basically hunter's mark this dude with the mutton chops.
Okay.
And
Hunter's mark.
then she's going to shoot the armored bugbear that Jurnis is currently controlling and use Hail of Thorns.
Okay. For Hunter's mark, let's use this arrow thing here. And where are we shooting now?
She's gonna shoot at the bugbear and use Hail of Thorns. So first off, the actual attack for the longbow.
Right.
18.
18, I believe, is going to... Yeah, that'll hit the bugbear.
And then Hail of Thorns, so those 3 surrounding him need to make dexterity saving throws. And if they fail, they take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay, and what is it that they're trying to beat?
11?
Okay, bear with me a second. I refreshed it, so I lost some of the characters. Okay, so they're trying to be 11. That was the captain, the archer, and the bugbear. Okay. So, dexterity saving throws, yeah?
Yep.
And we are trying to beat an 11. So, first of all, the bugbear saves. That's an 18. Archer number 1. That's a 5. So that's a fail. That was a nat 1. The second one saves. And lastly, the captain. Where is the captain? That is going to be a 18. He saves. So yeah, this one that was sleeping, how much damage do they take?
6 on a fail, 3 on a success. And Captain Mutton Chops here takes an extra 1d4 of damage because of Hunter's Mark. So he takes another 2.
Okay. Okay, so again, I have to do the health for all of these guys, so you'll have to bear with me a minute. But yeah, that does a good chunk of damage.
This is why I
next
use
up-
pen and paper for health.
You know what? You've made. You know what? I think next time I actually am going to use pen and paper. Yeah. Icarus, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
Right, that's a good question, because I don't think there's much Icky can do until things like proceed a bit further and we need to see how this plays out. However, I will burn a divine sense.
Oh, for the sake of fairness as well, I forgot this earlier
Mhm.
on. At the end of Bugbear's turns, he gets to repeat his wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I would
Nice.
say, just for the flavour of it, we'll say that he didn't do it the last time round. But you know, if he's still
Hooray!
alive at the end of this round,
So yeah, Icky's just basically trying to keep a sense out for Natrix's arrival, which is bound to happen eventually.
okay. I would say that you can feel the presence of the creature behind that red curtain, and it is starting to move. Now, next up, oh gosh, literally, I am trying to go as fast as I can with dealing with this health, but it hates it. It absolutely hates it so much.
Dennis,
Yes.
would you allow Icarus to basically convey that the demon is a stirring?
I would absolutely allow you to convey that.
Then yes, he does inform the party that all troubles are coming.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's going to be a -5 to the captain.
Oh god, I just realised it's Natrix's turn next. Oh
Yes,
dear.
it is.
Trouble is definitely a coming.
That's why I'm trying to rush through this thing. Oh my gosh.
It's time for
Now
interrupting.
Roll20's not even letting me click the health bar.
Holy shit, Roll20.
Technology is just a piece of shit. Yeah.
This reminds me, at work, when I made a big deal about how we're all upgrading to, virtual, incomplete order boards. It's gonna speed everything up and it's gonna be amazing! No, they're terrible. They're pieces of shit. Should have just stuck to, a whiteboard and a pen. Crappy computers, crappy internet connection. It's the worst. You could barely use the damn things.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's deciding if it really wants to do that damage. Just let it fill in this form in triplicate. And I'm actually getting my beautiful wife is actually getting me a scrap of paper, so we're actually gonna because Jesus.
I'm pretty sure
Wow.
I shared the paper I had. It's just full of little tables of me tracking health.
There we go. Let's just say that's the thing. Mate, hi? Yes? Hi. Please, may I have a piece of paper and a pen?
Please, sir,
I'm
can I
sorry,
have some
I-
writing implements?
I didn't mean to yell at you. That was not my intention. I just want to put this computer through the wall. I love you.
Aww.
It's not your fault. I'm sorry. I love you. You are everything to me. Okay, let me just get the right. So, archers, we appreciate your patience. Okay, so we've got 18. 18. We're currently on 20. Appreciate your patience. And Captain is gonna be. I can't even see him. That is gonna be whatever that's gonna be, and is gonna be. Okay. Appreciate your patience, guys. Next up, it's gonna be the Queen of all evil herself. So, as all this is happening, the red curtain just explodes outwards as this hobgoblin woman, almost shaved head with a ponytail, black leathers, a little bit disheveled looking, wiping the side of her mouth, scarred, is looking around confused, looking at this lot here. And she is going to... Does she have any kind of... Let's see. She doesn't have any real ranged ability. I would say she's going to rush over here. And she's going to try and grab hold of the bugbear on her next turn. She's also going to yell out for one of her associates over here. And that's going to be her turn for now. Next up, the associate. So here's the thing, guys. With the arrows and everything, I would say Natrix wasn't aware, but these guys are aware. What range do these fine gentlemen have? That is going to be 120 feet with disadvantage. Okay.
Shit, I got grass to jump back down. Shit.
You should have. Okay, so attack number 1 from this guy over here with his longbow. This will be with disadvantage, so which is lucky because that was a nat 20. I'm assuming 10 doesn't hit Graz?
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Basically, a arrow just embeds in the wall just next to Graz. The second one is going to take a shot at her. Let's see, that's gonna be again with disadvantage. That's 1. Does 16 hit?
Yeah.
She is going to take 13 piercing damage from this individual over here. This one, however, is going to try and shift back as prone because of the attack. And I would say they get an attack of opportunity from the bugbear, who is going apeshit. Yeah, okay. And that's going to do 8 damage to them.
The bugbear is baned, so he loses a d4 on his attack rolls.
I think it only works once.
I think bane is a repeating thing, as long as you
Yeah,
keep concentration on it.
Yeah, but you can't hold concentration on 2 spells, Jurnis.
Oh yeah, what did you concentrate on? Oh, right!
Actually, I don't think the ceremony... Hang on, let me double check. Investiture, where is it?
Do you hold the concentration, or do I?
I'm checking. Prepared, I prepared the spell, I expend the slot, the components,
So I hold
Doesn't
the
say, so you hold the concentration.
Alright, and I'm concentrating on the thing, so yeah, Bane would have dropped. Okay, fair enough. Ignore me!
Okay,
I'm sorry
so
to ruin your fun.
That's not my fun, that just means it hits it.
Yeah, that archer, basically one of the hobgoblins who was basically asleep, she looks really badly injured. But next up, Jurnis, what would you like to do? All your quarries are pretty much grouped together aside from this one dude.
How does the ceiling above them look? Is it nice and sturdy stone?
It looks reasonably sturdy.
I'm about to do something very stupid.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
Right on the bumper.
We were telling Skullface to save the grenades.
Okay, and now he needs to make a Constitution saving throw, is that correct?
Yeah, and that's a 10-foot radius, so...
Well, That was a 10, and he
That's-
fails, so
That's
everyone...
All of them.
Okay. Okay, well that poor hobgoblin who was like asleep, confused that one of her friends is attacking them, she's basically gibbed. You said 15, oh my gosh. Her friend is basically shoved 5 to, I would say just for the sake of flavour, she goes flying, is impaled on the wall by one of those freaking things, and she's out. This guy seems to be a little bit better. Let's see, minus 15. But yeah, him and Natrix are going to take 15 points of damage. They do not look happy.
Man, I love the music.
Yeah. Wanted to try something a little different. Arcanist,
What
it is
about,
your turn.
Icrius looks to Jurnis and goes, that was pretty impressive.
What
Now?
about Mutton Chops? Did he take damage as well?
He's slowly taking damage.
Okay.
Damage.
And she goes, now it's my turn. And you just watch as, you know that picture of Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise where he's got all the teeth?
Oh god.
That's basically what Icrius looks like now. As she enters rage, climbs
Okay.
up onto the floor above. So that's, how much movement is that using?
I would say that's going to use 2 squares of movement to get up the wall.
Right. She's going to unsheath, take the longsword off her back, and she's going to move 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's all she can do.
We have a D back.
Hey.
Heidi, just in time for combat.
Oh, nice.
That reminds me, Chemise is not on the turn order, so good time to add her.
Yes, yes,
while
yes.
I'm rolling in for this, can you tell me what I missed? Just like in 10 seconds?
We got a long rest for 1.
Yes, good.
And Jurnis just turned 2 people into chunky salsa.
More importantly, Arcanist is no longer a mangy mongrel, and we are fighting a demon!
Oh.
Yes,
Natrix
Natrix was a demon.
is a demon. Pretending to be a hobgoblin. She eats
Identified
other
by Sir
goblins.
Icky as a Barghest. They hate fire! Just so you know, D, in case you have
Oh.
anything in there. Like, Phantasmal Force!
Is there anything that I need to know specifically that you need to send me?
This
no,
guy in the middle, he is currently under control of Jurnis.
Okay.
Yeah, that
That's
was
the kind of
pretty
stuff I'm-
rad. That was like teamwork between Icrius and Jurnis. There, it's like, mwah.
That was awesome.
And
Yeah!
lastly, do I know that they are scared of fire?
I mean, Icrius did tell everyone.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the fire thing is, you don't know exactly why they're afraid of fire, but you know fire has been useful in defeating them in the past.
Yup.
Okay. Wonderful, and I'll roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm sorry about the miss out.
No problem, honey. How was, hope you're doing okay.
Oh, I put news on the message.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, okay. So, that's going to be an 8 for Chemise. Let's just type that in there. Yeah.
I really fucking love this track.
It's a good one,
amazing.
isn't it? It's
The
it's called-
energy.
yeah. It's called Cruising for a Bruising.
Okay, I gotta try and track that down. I want it.
Okay. So, next up, I think, Jurnis, that was your turn. Arcanist, you had your turn, was that correct?
Yep. She
And
can't do anything,
so-
but she is now currently in rage mode.
Actually,
Okay,
just before I do finish, can Jurnis like clamber up here?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay.
Just for the sake of brevity and everything. So next up is going to be Skullface.
Skullface is going to see now. He's going to make his way to there. He's going to use 2 squares of movement to climb up, and he's going to basically take cover here and have his guns ready.
Okay.
He's going to have Letitia ready to roll, but he's not actually going to do anything.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
Okay. Next up is going to be Tahu. Does I say, do you want to be taking control of him, or do you want him to hold back for this?
They hold back for now.
Yeah. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. Fair enough.
When our need is greatest, then the daggers will fly.
Yeah. Okay then. So next up is going to be the Kung Fu Kitty. What does the Kung Fu Kitty want to do?
Oh,
I see. This is the 5-foot high wall,
Yes.
and this is an upper area.
Yes.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, and... Yeah, I believe I have... yes, 20 feet of climbing. So... 5 more feet to get up here. And... I think that's all I'll do for now.
Okay.
Yes. Kung Fu Kitty is close combat. He needs to get
Fair
close.
enough. So next up is going to be the Bugbear's turn. He is currently ensorcelled by the tricky Jurnis. He is going to take a swing at the scary hobgoblin lady. That is going to be 2 swings with a short sword. That is a 23 to hit. That's going to do 8 slashing. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. And the second attack is going to be a 16. Does a 16 hit her? I do believe that is a... no, that one just misses. And what's it? It's a wisdom saving throw to see if he recovers.
yep.
What does he have to beat?
I believe it's 14. Yep, 14.
He rolled an 18. He is no longer under the control of your ability, and he is looking very confused. Looks at his sword, looks at it covered in his boss's blood, looks at his boss, and he looks very fucking scared. The captain is just going to get behind him and, not giving a shit, he is going to, let's see, with advantage, that is going to be 2 attacks. 23. And yeah, so yeah, as the bugbear is basically looks like he's about to apologize, the hobgoblin behind him just takes their sword, one hand on the shoulder, shoves it straight through his neck, out through the mouth. The bugbear is down. Grass, your turn.
Graz. Okay.
By the way, majestic cackle, Jurnis.
Oh, you know I can do it when I want to.
It was very quality.
Oh, she only has one slot remaining. Okay, so she still has Captain Mutton Chop's Hunter's Marked, so she's going to attack him.
Okay.
I've lost her thing. Longbow. Longbow! There it is.
Longbow. An 18 is going to hit him.
And extra d4 for the Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so that's 8. So that's 10. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, he is looking fairly injured and a little bit concerned.
Shits and giggles, she's going to add her Fury of the Small. She's level 3, so it's an extra 3 points of damage.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. He's looking really hurt.
Yeah, just for shits and
Looking a little bit scared. Next up, that is going to be Icrius.
Hello.
Let's try a different track.
So how much movement would it take to get up, Dennis?
I would just say 2 squares.
Okay.
You can.
So 10 feet. Not in heavy armor!
Yeah, true.
Fucking wizards of the coast!
It's a very low ceiling too.
Thank you.
They've got to
We
be
really
realistic
should
about
invest
their.
in medium armor at some point, though, for Icky.
They
It's gotta be
They gotta
dyed
be-
red, though, of course.
realistic about the talking birds.
Absolutely. Okay, so
That would be
10
an
squares,
only
so
option.
10 feet of movement. Okay.
Considering all the rage I've had over the last couple of days about how they make phoenixes as dumb as a bag of wet
Yeah,
mice.
that pisses me off, too. It's a fucking phoenix. Show them some respect, damn it!
Yes.
So, Dennis, I still
Hello.
have a half-full bottle of Mar Greenstride's finest whiskey. And there's a fire pit here.
Yes, there is.
Whiskey
Give
makes
me-
fire big and go boom, and fire is
It-
bad for Natrix.
It is. Roll me a give me a ranged attack.
Okay, so that would be a d20 plus dex, yes?
I believe it would be.
Yep. So it's a d20 plus a 3. I'll use the advanced roller for this to be fancy. Whoop. That's a 13.
A 13. Okay. You launch the bottle, and where exactly are you aiming? Are you aiming to basically expand the fire
Yep.
in all directions?
Yep.
Okay. The 13, I would say that is going to hit. Unfortunately, I'm trying to bring over a very cool looking fire token, but roll 20, of course, is roll 20. So let's do this.
That works.
Come on, come on, come on.
I mean, even if it doesn't damage anyone, it should give them a spook.
Yeah, it actually does. Is there anything else for your turn?
That'll be an action. Haven't really got much in the way of bonus actions, so nope. For now, that'll be it.
You hear an unholy, blood-curdling screech come from this quote-unquote hobgoblin here.
Oh, Dennis.
Yes?
Sorry, I did realise it is something I can do. I would like to use my
Yes.
bonus action to put a vow of enmity on Natrix.
Vow of Enmity. Okay.
And because, you know, she's a demon, it's all in Celestial to, like, really rile her up, man.
Okay, let's just see. Does she actually speak Celestial?
Even if she doesn't, it sounds holy, and that is bad.
Yeah, you basically see this hobgoblin woman turn, look at the fire, look at you, just like this unholy hissing, growling sound. Let's see. I think. Let's see. Come on now. 5, 10, 15, 20. She is charging at you.
Holy shit.
She has, by the way, no weapons. She is bare hands. She is going to. Okay, what can we do? What can we do to you?
Oh God!
What
Are
can
these
I
rugs?
do to you? They are skins.
Oh!
I would like, let's see, is it a multi-attack or is it just a one attack? I'm a bit... Yeah, sure, okay. She's going to take a swing at Sir Icrius. I'm assuming an 8 doesn't hit.
No, it does not.
Oh my god, it's an 8 and a 7. I am
See, I think
so
it's good.
freaking annoyed. She's just, she's kind of freaking out at the moment. She's like, she's scratching at the armor, but she just doesn't get a purchase. Wow, what a waste of a villain. This hobgoblin, however,
Oh, just wait.
the one survivor of the archery team, he's not been moving for a bit, and he is going to take a shot at Sir Icrius. Let's see. That is going to be... Sir Icrius does 11 hit.
Nope.
Mother... Okay. Never mind.
Armored burb.
Never mind. Chemise.
Yes. Purposefully, Chemise walks 1, 2, 3. She's moving her hands back and forth. 4, 5.
Point of order. I apologise.
What?
I apologise. This area over here, this is basically a wall. So that's going to eat 2 squares of movement to clamber up. I'd say Tahu will lift you up.
Huh?
So, yeah. Basically, you guys
What
are
am
in
I-
the bottom of a pit at the
Yeah,
moment.
this is
What
a
am I
wall
doing?
here.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a wall? Oh,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
1.
Yeah, you have to physically
Then
climb,
1,
which will take
2,
2 squares of movement. So
3,
4.
and that's 2 squares of movement, so 4, 5,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
6. That still works.
Yeah.
She steps in front of Aang, she's twisting her arms, and then she says, she's got like a gleam in her eye. She stares right at Natrix.
Excellent choice.
Okay. A
Directly
5-foot
underneath
cube.
her on the skins.
Okay.
And she's like
Okay.
staring right at her, like, I want you to know it's me.
Okay.
Blows the sand.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me just put that to the back there. Yeah, she looks a little freaked out. Let's see. When you cast a spell, they must succeed a dexterity saving throw. Dexterity saving throw from this charming individual. That was a 12. What does she have to beat?
You mean my DC, my magic
Yes.
DC?
Yeah.
Okay, my magic DC is... Boop, 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 boop. Spell save DC 14.
Please give me a roll me a d8.
Four.
Oh. Okay. She is going to take this amount of damage. I will say this. As the fire licks her feet, she hisses in fury. She doesn't seem to take as much damage from the fire as you'd think. She just doesn't seem to like it very much.
And Chemise is smiling at her the whole time with this, like, horrific gleam in her eyes.
She has a couple of targets that she does not like. Next up, Jurnis.
Okay. Just let me quickly change that. There we go. Jurnis is going to reach into her long coat and pull out ashes to ashes.
Yes.
And she is going to shoot.
Shoot her! Okay,
14.
unfortunately, 14 is not going to hit.
Damn it.
She sidesteps the bullet.
Well, that was very disappointing. In that case, everyone, get the hell up here. She's going to use Mantle of Inspiration.
Oh.
Everybody, let me see. I'm going to give Ang, Arcanus, Icrius, and Chemise. You get 5 temporary hit points.
Woot!
And everybody, you now have the option to use your reaction for this round to move your full movement speed.
Nice.
Very nice.
So if you want to move, you can move now and use your reaction to do it. Graz
Wait, I can move now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Graz
Okay,
is going
1,
to clamber
2,
up to
3,
beside
4.
Jurnis.
2, 3.
Right.
I'm just picturing this like
has noticed its action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just picturing this like Man of Steel, the town fight.
Okay. So, Icrius, Ang, Chemise, and Arcanus, remember to add your temporary hit points. You get
Wait,
5.
How many temporary hit points is it?
5.
Okay. Arcanus is going to use her reaction. She can see the captain there, and just have the temporary hit points. And you know the scream Palpatine does in his office as he does that corkscrew leap? She basically does that and lands in front of this captain. Just with the eyes and the teeth.
Fuck yes.
So,
I want it to
She
be
just
like
goes,
Man of Steel for Chemise.
Forward to this.
so
He seems aroused.
that that is Jurnis' turn.
Okay, impressive. Next up is going to be Arrocakkra.
Yeah, she's just going to straight up do a two-handed swing with the sword.
10. I don't believe a 10 is going to hit.
I think that's all she can do.
Unfortunately, it's like he does look terrified and just sort of like, back steps a little. He's just out of the line of attack there.
Yeah, she's just
Next
kind of
up.
got like the fangs dripping a little bit.
He does look intimidated. Skullface. What is Skullface going to do?
Skullface is going to... Let's see, well he knows about the archer up there because he saw Graz get shot, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's blasty time.
Okay, roll it. Oh, that is going to hit. Roll me some damage.
Okay.
Oh, you dirty boy. Ouch. He looks hurt and a
I think
little
that's
scared.
That's all I can really do.
You did a lot. Basically, it's like you blew his shoulder out. He's looking terrified right now. So next up, we've got Ang, Kung Fu Killer.
Righty. So it was Natrix that we needed to use fire against, right?
Yep.
And she's currently standing in fire, although it doesn't seem to be a large amount.
No. Ang is going to add to that. Where's my procrastination? Looked at this earlier. Okay, so going to make a normal attack and use my key to first of the 21 hit.
A 21 absolutely hits.
Okay, so 6 and then used my key for something I did not add to my character sheet, but rolling a 1d10 for fire damage.
Okay.
And then
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I'm taking so long.
No problem.
And then another hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Another 4.
Okay.
And then spend another key point for Flurry of Blows. So,
Both of those hit.
and
Well, actually, I would say the 25 because you're flanking. You actually get that crit damage on the 25.
Yep.
so that's 9 damage. And then the 24. Another 4.
2. Okay. Now, here's the thing. This is what happens. You guys are... You've been wailing on her for a little bit, and especially you do a good chunk of damage. You are hitting some solid blows. However, you do notice that as you're hitting, she doesn't seem to be taking as much damage as you'd think. However, even though you're not doing as much as you thought you were, with that last one, the hobgoblin stumbles, falls, and transforms.
Yep.
This gigantic, fanged monstrosity just sort of looks over its shoulder at you and growls in fury.
So
Maybe now it's in its true form, the fire is effective. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud.
The illusion.
Well, it is a shapeshifter.
Okay, so next up is going to be he's dead. Next up is going to be this guy. Okay, he's gonna.
The guy affectionately dubbed Dave by chat.
Dave, I love it. Okay, yeah. So all he can really do at the moment is fight off this insane, crazy-looking chick. The first attack is going to be a 20. Does that hit?
that hits.
You take 8 piercing damage.
I take 4 piercing damage.
You take 4 piercing damage.
Yep.
Second of all, does
Resistance.
a 22 hit?
Raging barbarian.
22 hits.
Okay, so take half of 9 then.
So that's 9 in total.
Okay. I would say as well, he looks to his boss, he looks to over here, and he is actually going to start pulling back. That's 5, that's 10. Come on, roll 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as far as he can move there. If you wish, you can use an opportunity attack. Actually, can you?
Use his opportunity
Because
going to?
you actually can, yes.
Yeah, back to the top of the round. So yeah,
Yeah.
she gets his. No wait, you don't get your reaction back until your turn again. So you used your reaction to move,
Well,
so you can't.
Here's the thing: Arcanist used their reaction to move, but then it was their turn next.
Oh
So,
yeah, Arcanist did have your
yeah.
turn. So yeah, you do have your reaction. Yeah, my bad.
23
Sorry.
hits. Roll it.
That's 11.
9. Okay. Oh, it's
Plus 2
11.
for rage.
Okay, so as he's pulling away, he looks weaker and weaker. He sort of stumbles to one leg. He doesn't realise that you basically cut a huge gash across his chest, and it's he's dead by the time he gets to the foot of the stairs at his friend's feet. Who is looking fucking terrified.
She kind of looks to the archer and she goes, I guess I'll have to play with you next.
Graz!
Okay, Graz is going to transfer her hunter's mark from dead mutton chop captain to the big ass demon boy.
Okay.
And then she's going to longbow.
Okay, that is going to be, 19 hits.
So 7 points of damage.
So 7 points. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait a second. Was that piercing?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it that. Again, creature seems to be a little more resistant to damage than you'd like, but it is taking damage. It also growls at Graz's direction, and you see this large, hideous tongue lick its huge fangs as it stares at her. Next up, Icrius.
Yes!
Graz is just going to move 10 feet there.
Yeah.
It's time to test her fury! So I'm a Searing Smite.
Okay.
So first things first, let's roll to hit with advantage because of our enmity.
Yeah.
Does an 18 hit?
It absolutely does hit.
Okay, so that's 12 damage plus 1d6 fire.
6.
A 1. But the Barghest has erupted in flames and has to make a Constitution save each turn. On the failed save, it will take another 1d6 damage.
Now, please bear with me a moment because I need to read something.
No worries.
Okay. Now, the fire. Refresh my memory. How much fire damage is this?
1d6. Icky rolled a 1.
Okay, yeah. So it will take at least 1. You test your theory, and even though it does, you see this look of panic and fear for a moment, but apparently the flame is fleeting. It does not last.
Okay, but
So
is
the
it still
creature's
like
fine.
covered in flames?
Again, like to tip my hand, the creature needs to. Let's see what this is. Okay, no, you know what? Sure. Okay. It is currently covered in flames.
But next
Okay.
turn it might not be. Let's
Um,
see.
Yeah. We will see what happens. It is on fire and it is looking panicked. The archer. Yeah, I think this guy is gonna. Well. Yeah. What can he do? His boss is apparently a giant, monster from nightmares. All his friends are dead. He is going to do what he can, and he is just going to run. And he's going to try and make his way through this area here. Of course, roll 20 is completely crashed on me, so let's pretend that happened. Chemise, it is your turn.
It is Chemise's turn, yes.
It
okay.
is.
She does, she looks again, and it looks like she's very surprised when it changes, but even so, 1 second, I'm trying to pull it up. She does the same again. Directly beneath it.
Okay, so it's another great bonfire. Okay, I would say as well,
Can I point something out?
yes.
Create bonfire's concentration spell, so the original bonfire was still there, so you don't need to cast it again.
Oh, I can't move it though. She wants to get it under the... Is the monster still in the same place?
I mean, it's just gone bigger, it hasn't moved.
Oh, okay, then yeah, she maintains the bonfire then.
But you can do something else as long as it's not a concentration spell.
Oh, I can? Okay.
I
In
would
that
say.
case-
Go on.
No, I was just gonna. She's just gonna. She was just gonna. Hold on. I don't know if this is concentration. Casting time. Oh yeah, that's a concentration. Most of her stuff is concentration. So she's just. Can she attack while being concentrated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then she's going to reach out.
Okay, a 20's gonna hit. So lightning. Yes. So that's gonna do that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You grab hold of the thing and you basically it reacts like it's been hit. It hurt.
And it's
Not
also
as
on
much as
fire.
you'd like. It is. Yeah. It is still on fire.
And what were you saying about Palpatine there? Scoping?
I love it. Chemise, as well, since this happened on your turn, roll me a percentile dice.
A 100?
Roll a 100. The skins that you are on fire.
Oops.
You have one turn to get off them.
Can I move with all the stuff I did?
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay, 1, 2.
Okay. Next up,
I was wondering when that was
Jurnis.
going to happen.
Okay. I was going to fire again, and then I remembered that Ashes to Ashes is a flintlock. Instead of the Exandria one that I was using, which is a 5-shot. So Jurnis is going to go 5, 10, 15, and she's going to pull out her silvered short sword
Oh,
and poke the demon in the butt.
okay. Unfortunately, a 15 is not going to hit.
Damn.
It sort of like hisses at seeing you. It recognizes familiar blood, and it manages to just duck out the side. Next up, there's going to be Arrocakkra.
Bonus action,
Icrius.
though, actually,
Oh.
quickly. She's going to
Yes,
say
yes.
to Icarus, "Well then, bird boy, smash it again!" And she's going to give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh!
Oh, very good.
I
So
can.
you have a d6.
Thank you very much. I'll put it to good use.
Arrocakkra is gonna look through the flames, see the Barghest, and go, "You, I bet you have huge guts." And you can move around. You can use 5 squares to move around the fire. Position yourself here, and she is going to attack with her long sword with 2 hands.
I got that
From
reference,
afar.
by the way.
That's a lot. God damn it!
Show me your guts!
Oh, hang on,
Just-
she's
just
not.
for the
Hang on.
reference.
Wait, hang on. Whoa.
Yep.
I have to roll again because she's got advantage.
Twenty-four hit.
Okay. With +2 on the rage, so that's 6. And everyone within 15 feet of me, so I'll just do a quick check. That's basically everyone within 15 feet of the Barghest has advantage on. Well, I'll just share the.
Holy crap. I don't think we'd have
Okay.
any more advantage if we
within 5
tried.
feet of me. Sorry.
5 feet of you, so that's going to be Ang and Chemise.
Oh no, sorry. It's, while you're raging, your friends have advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature within 5 feet of you that is hostile to you. Me.
Okay, so yeah. So anyone who's within 5 feet, okay. So not Skullface. Speaking of,
Yeah, he's just going to take aim very carefully. And he's going to spend 1 grip point to make this a... Actually, I'm just going to double check and see which... Oh, he doesn't need to, sorry. He's going to fire once with Letitia.
27 will hit.
12, and he's going to burn his second wind and fire again.
Okay. That seems
And
like
Letitia
a misfire.
jams. Yeah, Letitia's jammed.
Unfortunate.
Oh, fuck.
The monstrosity in front of you looks angry, it looks hurt, and it looks like it is about to rip somebody's face off. Ang, you are you are currently on a set of skins that are catching fire. What would you like to do?
I'm just going to quickly correct Jurnis' health. She's supposed to have 32, not 24.
Well, I mean, they're not to me yet, so... Going to... continue to beat on the demon.
Okay. Beat that big meat
4.
monster.
Is that what the kids call it these days?
A 16, unfortunately, that just misses. Oh,
advantage.
whoa, 24,
24.
yeah, 24 hits.
Everyone has advantage while I'm there.
Yeah.
Not only that, I'm straight across from Jurnis, so...
Yeah,
That's it.
okay.
So that's 1.
Yeah,
And 2.
that will hit.
And... key point, flurry of blows.
24, 24 hits, 16 does not hit. So that's 3 for
Another
that
15
one.
points of damage to it.
Well, half of that.
Well,
Yeah, it is unfortunately resistant to quite a lot of things. Because it is not of this world. But it is looking hurt. It is looking pretty hurt. So are you going to stay on the skins, or are you going to try and move off, maybe somewhere around here?
you know, coaching me. Yes, I am. Let's swap over here.
Okay. Next up is is maybe dinner. Graz.
Nope. She is going to... What spells do you have that you can do? Nah, nothing. So she is just going to shoot it again.
That is miss, I'm afraid.
Yeah. That's pretty much all Graz can do.
Yeah. I would just say for flavour, whenever like either Graz or Skullface specifically attack it, it does sort of like snarl and look at them, and it's like, which one do I eat first?
Oh, you really think Jurnis is going to let it even attempt to get to Graz? No.
No. Where is what is up with Dog and Tahu, by the way?
They're sitting this one out.
Their players
Yeah.
are not available, sadly.
They're
Oh,
playing
okay.
Parcheesi.
Yeah, Megan's not feeling too good at the moment. It's been a bit of a rough week. Because like, she's basically picked up what I had last week.
Oh,
So,
well, I hope
you know,
she
she's
feels
really burned
better,
out.
and I hope so does Tahu.
Yeah. She appreciates that.
Positive que.
Positive queer. Okay, Icarus.
Yo! Right. Okay, versus first. Attack! So that's a 23.
23 will hit.
Cool! So that's
That's
10
gonna
slashing
do-
damage. Oh, and before we forget... No, wait, that's on Natris's turn. So, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna turn that into a Divine Smite. And you can't stop me this time, because that was a melee attack.
Uh-huh.
2d8.
Take some playing keep the goblins aside because they would
So,
smite.
2d8 what type of damage?
Radiant.
Okay, so that's 8. That's...
No vulnerability there? Shame.
Yeah, I would say this. As you're swinging and slashing, you do notice it flinches in pain at the radiant damage.
So it should. It's
Yeah.
filthy hellspawn.
Okay, next up, where is Natrix's turn, by the way? Has Natrix been taken out of the turn order?
She has.
Yeah.
Mother... Okay.
I'm trying to remember where she was in the turn order.
13, I think.
Yeah, she was right after Icrius. So perfect
Okay.
timing.
Okay, so in that case,
You may as well
The
just
fire-
use this person's initiative order for her, seeing as she's still on the list and she's just after Icarus and
Yeah.
before Chemise.
yeah. Okay. Natrix, the abomination, the entity, whatever you want to call it, it is
Abominatrix.
hissing, it is growling, it is covered in fire, it is hurt. The skins and everything around her are actually, let me just for the sake of flavour, all of this is now inflamed. And that's actually kind of important because when this entity starts its turn in fire, she needs to do this.
Oh yeah.
How unlucky for you. You see her form ripple and shift, almost like you see these shadowy tendrils wrap around her as if they're trying to pull her into the ground, and she like shakes them off in fury.
Ooh.
That did not work this time round. However, she is going to...
Dennis.
Yes?
She does need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw as well.
Yeah, for Searing Smite.
That would be a 9.
Yeah, she fails. She takes 1d6 fire damage and is still on fire.
Okay, and that's regular fire damage, okay?
Yep.
So roll me the d6.
3!
Okay, she's looking really badly hurt.
Good.
But I would say she's going to weigh her options, and she is going to cast, I do believe, Dimension Door. And she is going to get the fuck out of dodge with her 5 remaining hit points.
Oh, I don't think there's anything I can do about
No
that.
attack of opportunity for us.
Not with Dimension Door.
Aww.
Does anyone have Counterspell?
Not at
Jurnis?
this level.
No.
Counterspell's like a 4th level spell.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it's
bar
3rd
guess.
level.
A bar guess is a very...
Wait.
Yep.
Grass has
yep.
hunters marked her. She should be able to
Yes.
track her.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yo, please
Grass
make the
has
dice
her
good.
hunters marked. Let's see.
Good on you
Yeah.
for remembering that Hunter's Mark is good for more than just tacking on a bit of extra damage.
Grass should be able to keep a track on her for 8 hours.
Okay then. Well, in that case, as the horror that you have been fighting disappears, Graz basically also like, she's gone down that way, pointing towards the north. Now, as the situation seems to have escalated slightly, and we are very over time, thank you all for your indulgence. I would say that for now, I think we should call the session there.
That is fair.
Yeah, unfortunately, the DM is again unavailable next week because it's Christmas and I gotta help people with Christmas trees and BS. But the session after will be back as normal. So,
Before we close, did you
Yes.
see my message?
I did. In all honesty,
Not needed,
Chemise, not needed at this point. Not needed.
Okay,
You guys
good.
have a very clear target that is running away, and you have a clear course of pursuit. But
Okay.
we will get to all that horror as
In
you
2
chase
weeks.
down a feral Barghest down some tight corridors in 2 weeks' time. So, play of the game. I'm voting for Jurnis and the Crown of
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the Shatter. I think those are both for me.
Those were actually some prime moves right there. You did some. You thinned out that herd very easily.
You're welcome for the assistance.
Yeah, that was the Bane really helped. I actually don't know if I needed it, considering that Dennis snorted whenever he rolled for that
He
guy.
rolled it. I'm pretty sure he
Hey,
rolled
you
like
were
a
really
3.
concerned, and we really wanted to make sure it worked, so
Yeah,
couldn't have hurt.
It did. You had a plan. You stuck through with it, and it paid off really well. What a pity about the poor little goblin folk. That,
Yeah.
See, here's a question: are you guys I'm assuming you guys are chasing straight after Natrix.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't let her hide,
Okay.
or regenerate, or escape. We need to kill her. Hopefully,
Well, just
we can if we run into anyone, we can convince them that there's a demon running wild, that it ate the real overseer and was pretending to be her, and we're trying to kill it now because of it. Yeah,
I'm just
sure.
picturing them all doing that, and then Chemise holding up a minor illusion. This
But we'll see what happens.
is what we're chasing.
Fail of the game?
I think roll 20.
Yeah, roll 20.
Yeah, roll
Yeah.
20 sucked.
Our eternal enemy.
Yeah, and I will say this: the DM is looking into alternate tables. Basically, there is one I was looking at. I linked it in the Dice&Dolts chat. I believe it's a one-time cost for me. One person has to pay a one-time cost, not a subscription like the one I'm doing right now. And anybody can just log in. You just need the browser and that. So I'm going to do some research. And in 2 weeks' time, who knows? We might be in a slightly different, the same maps, of course, just different table. Maybe something more reliable. We will see. Anyway, theories, comments, questions.
Well,
Chemise is very excited to. Sorry, go ahead.
I for one enjoy getting to Rajay.
Chemise is going to enjoy more adventures in the mines.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah,
comment? I need to figure out if Icrius has to partake of penance. I was actually looking up that poor little goblin lad was obviously in distress, and he had to hang back. And I think that's in violation of the oath of vengeance. So I need to actually think if he needs to pay for it.
Well, if you kill the person who killed him, it should
Exactly.
fulfill your...
Indeed, that should set it square, but yeah, that's still a sucky feeling for a paladin to have to hang back.
You let an innocent be devoured.
Exactly.
Not
Oh,
60 feet from you.
yeah, exactly. It
Hey,
feels
Jurnis is
shitty
willing to
as
go in.
fuck.
Dear. So, yeah.
Or it occurs by getting Chemise where she needs to go.
This has been a horrible trip for Jurnis. Anyway,
So,
I think we'll leave
going
that
down
off
the
there.
list, it was a good night earlier from Dog and from Tahu. We also have a good night from D.
Good night, everyone. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and my suggestion is y'all watch the horror movie Graveyard Shift between now and then so that when the episode starts up, you'll be in the right mood.
Heck yeah. A good night from Icy, the Kung Fu Kitty.
Night night, everyone.
A good night from Jurnis, the oh my gosh, bards are OP.
Fluffernutter. Oh, Jurnis is not going to be happy next week. But anyway, bye.
A good night. Say again?
I said bye.
No, it dimension doored and it escaped. Yeah. Oh shit, indeed. I'm just bringing my wife up to speed on what happened. A good night and a good night from Sephi and Sephi.
Nobody wants to play with me.
There's a big doggy that's running away. Maybe you can chase it. And lastly, a good night from Kubur.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, children. See you in 2 weeks' time.
Or on Saturday
Bye.
for our Waterdeep Dragon Heist playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
So, good night, everybody.
Night.
Night, night.